And I guess, yeah, best place to start is I will do the last time on Icewind, Rime of the Frostmaiden. So, for the most part, you guys had yourselves a nice little RP session as we came to having solved the problem of the Tuergar would-be assassins. I was trying to find the right term. Would-be, I think, is the right term. Who were sent by Grand Alpha to try and get rid of you as a loose end. Hired you as assassins. We'll hire assassins against you. It's just, par for course for her, I guess. However, having terrified the fuck out of them, you sent them back with a message of, you leave us alone or we're coming for you. And then headed off back towards the town initially, but it was decided to head instead to the red cart that was mentioned on being at the edge of town. As you approached, Marino waved you in and just kind of like fell off the cart and disappeared into it and kind of weirded out Ravnus, who had never actually been into the Mysterium before. And the rest of you, Pluzak included, just kind of were like, no, it's cool. They're fine. They're weird eldritch deity being things that run a store for some reason, but they're chill. Just don't touch them. They'll be fine. And you all walked into the cart, and immediately they proceeded to do their Mysterium spiel, seeing that Ravnus was a first-time adventurer here, and offered him his first magical item for free, as has happened before. However, of course, in order to do that, it was immediately said, you need to shake hands with Marno. So he was like, guys? And at that point, Mace kind of stepped forward, doing that should be okay. To which he tepidly took Marno's hand and was granted the opportunity of a magic item, which ended up being some sort of a broom. I don't know that he's used it yet, so I'll just leave that for when that maybe happens. But otherwise, yeah, that was what was ultimately acquired by Ravnus in that instance. Marking him as a proprietor of the Mysterium, just like the rest of you all. You guys then kind of stepped up, started trading in some items that you'd picked up during your travels through the cave and through the city of where I think it was like a +2 longsword and the Ring of the Ram from Mace, and Kara traded in some stuff. But and I think even Pluzak eventually stepped up and traded in some pretty hefty things as well. Ultimately, receiving in return these dog tags that were disguises that would transform you into another person, essentially. Your race, your actual physicality, as Mace quickly learned, being transformed into a flesh-bound version of Kara's sister Rhoda. And kind of having his circuits blown, as it were, as he very quickly was like, I don't I touch and white gloves, take gloves off, and flesh, and my spongy. I don't. What is hair? Why does feel?
Things. Which ones?
Oh God, it was great. But in general, the party quickly realized, these are quite impressive. You were also kind of told that they would stop scrying on you as well, so it would be able to really truly hide you once these disguises were on. Like if someone was trying to look for Kara, they would not see Kara in that disguise, of course. So you guys traded items in for those, enough to cover at least Kara, Mace, and Leif. Ravnus, you guys were like, yeah, technically you're unknown with us, so should be fine. And then Pluzak kind of stepped up after that was all settled, and that was when he traded in the Scroll of the Tarask for a mask that looked very much like a dragon, and brought it to Ravnus, and basically had a kind of handoff, passing of the torch, as you will, saying, this should help you guys, but I'm going to go do my thing now. And as he left the... Well, actually, he also did one other thing. He also tried to turn in his boots to get sending stones so that the party could communicate with him, but Gemini was so touched by the heartfelt and also generous nature of receiving the Scroll of Trask and trading it in for the new companion, that instead he took and turned several of Pluzak's pages from his notebook into kind of sending pages that would allow you guys to communicate with Pluzak.
I know just the Mysterium to put this in.
Yeah, basically, actually, that is 100% true. I even told you guys at the time. So you guys do actually have a way to individually communicate with Pluzak if you'd like. You don't necessarily even need my permission for that, I would say, since technically it works where if you write on one side of the page, it shows up on that side for Pluzak, and they write on the other side, and it comes back to you. So, and I will reiterate this for Fred whenever he gets here, hopefully. And essentially, if you want to just send messages and say, hey, I want to say this to Pluzak, feel free. You can just DM it. I don't really care. Um, but yeah, so Pluzak is still kind of accessible as a character in that regard. But then they left and went off with Feline to kind of approach their dreams of studying the city of Yithrin and learning what they can from that to kind of better their research as both Pluzak and Feline, or Pluzakarthus, Maiden Pluzakarthus and Feline, were very much researchers at heart, looking to get back to their roots. As Pluzak left, there was just kind of a little thing in their shadow that got kind of dragged over to Ravnus's and kind of remarked Ravnus as the new piece instead of Pluzak, letting Pluzak free from the game. And then you all kind of took some time to discuss stuff in the Mysterium, since Gemini gave you the offer of, well, I can kind of let you out at any time you want, so just let me know. Plans were made, and then eventually it was decided to go chat with Feline, one last time. You guys kind of invited her off to have a quick drink with you before you left, and during that time, a little more discussion was had. A little bit more was learned from Ravnus about some things coming to the city. Serena and Mallow are no longer together for some reason or another, but he didn't necessarily have details. He believed it would be best to sneak in at night, try and make sure that no one knows that you guys are who you are, and all that. And eventually, it was also decided that Mace would purchase a covered wagon from the stables before leaving, and have his spectral seed kind of trot you guys along to the next village so that you would have some cover as well. And then just a little ways out from the city, about like an hour before you got there, I believe it was Kara and... Did Ravnus go with Kara? I don't remember the actual split, but the party split a little bit, where one person kind of or two people kind of left and walked behind the carriage. So we're a little bit slower, but it did let you guys approach in two different groups, and Snow Puppy was, at that time, also put into Ravnus's lantern, with the threat of, if he destroys things in there, he will never be allowed in again. And once in the city, you guys basically all headed to the inn, which makes sense. It was about 11 p.m., so weary travelers are arriving in town that late and heading for lodging. Definitely good cover. Upon arriving at the inn, I basically just had you guys, capable of meeting back up pretty readily. At which point, because Ravnus came in with Kara in the later group, Serena finally recognized him, kind of walked up angrily under her voice while still smiling and displaying outwardly as much of a, what's what I'm looking for, general, like good attitude towards customers. She kind of hissed at him, hey, thought you said you were going to bring my hubby back. Where the hell's he? To which point, Ravnus just pointed at Leif, who kind of waved at her in his disguise. She was confused at first, but grabbed him, dragged him to the back room, and you guys have not seen him since. And that was pretty much where we left it at the end of last session. She did indeed confirm that it was Leif, and is now very happy to see you all. But pretty much that is where we're going to be coming in, with Serena still kind of in the back for just a moment, and you all sitting at a table. You would watch, I guess, as Serena walked by, she probably would have said something to the other bartender, who will pretty quickly grab some drinks and try and start bringing them your way. But it does take her a minute or two to finish up, serving one or two customers at the bar first. It's still pretty busy. There is a bar. There is a bar. It is a bar. There is a bard playing on the stage in the corner. And, definitely still lots of townsfolk. You would see, for the most part, though, it's all kind of like fishermen and things that seem to be settling down. A lot of them are either packing up, getting ready to leave, leaving kind of change on the tables, finishing off glasses of ale, and maybe some plates of food. There's also adventurers for sure. They're the ones that are kind of at the table, sitting in definitely different level of sort of equipment and gear. Yeah, that's pretty fair, Kara. But even they, after a short time, would probably start vacating. So while this bartender, bar waitress, brings you some drinks, she wanders over, sets them on the table. She does say, "Hey, just to let you know, we're gonna stop serving in probably about an hour. At midnight is our cutoff. We've actually pushed it back twice now because of all the visitors, but if you're in need of a room, you're probably going to want to get out of here sooner. We don't have any available space."
Good to know. Thank you.
What exactly brings all the influx? Are people just coming because the sun has appeared, or?
I mean, isn't that why you're all here? Actually, I didn't recognize you. And she looks over at Ravenous, who just quickly waves. Yeah, I mean, I would have figured kind of like he would have told you. Yeah, the sun being out is really bringing a lot of people to the Icewind Dale. It's a lot of opportunity now that the snow is melting. I mean, there's dead adventurer parties to go find that have probably been married for who knows how long, and the lake's opening up means that the fishing is going to be getting a lot better again. There's a lot of people who left when that kind of got harder. It'll be easier to get supplies like trees and things. So a lot of woodcutters and stuff are trying to head up towards Lonely Wood just to start kind of making a fortune of just helping get the industry flowing again, especially after all that destruction from that dragon it'd probably be a couple months back. Just anytime opportunity arises, as they say, right? She like looks
Yeah,
over her
okay.
shoulder. There's some ruckus going on. Oh, sorry, let me. If you need anything, just Serena will be back. I'm sure. Just sorry. She's gonna like skedaddle across over to here.
Oh, that was odd. In any case,
I mean,
do
you
you
say that,
think
but
our
she's definitely running towards what looks like almost half of a fight breaking out. So,
right? I mean, I don't know. I guess I just wouldn't know whether barmaids are intended to break up fights.
that's an interesting point now, isn't it?
Well, it depends. If that barmaid in question is an ex-assassin.
See, wouldn't that be great? If we only had an ex-assassin barmaid somewhere around here.
Is this you two
Uh,
talking out loud?
Yeah.
If so, I feel like she's
Yeah.
gonna just like fucking warp in next to you and smack you both. The fuck? I laid my cover for so long just for you to ruin it. But at this point, Leif,
So,
just so you are aware, I think Serena would be pretty satisfied that you've proven who you are. She'll put your
Oh yeah,
dog
I'm
tag
sure
back
she's
on.
satisfied.
Oh yeah, and
Not
will
yet.
like basically drag you out by the hand so you two can start moving back towards
see, there's
the
a there's a
barman.
reason why we all wear robes in this particular monastery. It's easy to go into a corner for a quick tryst.
Oh god, the
You
two of
know,
them may end up
we
living a
never
life very
questioned
similar to
it.
that. Who knows, man? But at this point, I guess as Serena comes out, she's looking more towards Leif than anything. Who's probably I don't know where are you looking, Leif?
I mean, at her, and then the party, and then her.
Okay,
Party.
so as you glance up at the party, I think she'll follow your gaze over to them and just kind of wave, sees that you guys have drinks, gives you a thumbs up, and then as she goes to look back at you, Leif, she actually realizes that the other bartender is over near this crowd, and you would actually watch as, like, the smile that she's had, she's been very happy to have you back, suddenly drops to a frown, and whether your eyes follow or not, at least the party would definitely notice. She gets kind of pushed. Oh, hold on, I gotta grab her token under theirs. Kind of gets pushed back as things get more ruckus, and one of the people from this group ends up bumping into one of the people from this group, specifically the guy up here that's dressed in a lot of armor, and he's going to turn around and shove them back.
The random group kind of hit these.
Yeah,
maybe?
essentially one of the fisherman kind of guys who's definitely had a lot to drink. He's kind of there's kind of a fight going on at that table, and he's as things get rowdy, gets shoved backwards into this guy, and then this guy turns around and shoves him back into the group over here. So now the fisherman guys are getting kind of already rowdy with themselves, but like there's suddenly a different target that they're all turning towards. If you've been around bar fights, you know how this shit works. Whether or not that was intended to be, bringing that guy into the fight, he's now part of it.
I'd turn to Serena and I would just ask, like, is this pretty common?
She puts a finger to your lips, and she's already moving. As she walks by the bar here, you simply watch her reach one hand out and seems to grab something, and she's just gonna move up in between the two of them very, very quickly. I'm trying to leave gaps so that if people want to do something, I see Kara is typing and all that. So keep going on that, guys.
Would just kind of come to the edge of the bar here. Yeah, just to see if she needs.
Tell me, please. I don't mean to put words in your mouth. I'm just like in my head. This immediately the vision was Leif walks up to the edge of the bar, leans on it, reaches over to one of the guys' drinks that's there as he, because their backs are both turned, like looking at what's happening, just starts drinking some other guy's drink.
I thought about that, but I was just gonna take one from the bar.
That would work too. I just feel like it would definitely be like, good entertainment time. Leif needs a drink. How does it? How does he get it? Right? Oh god. But yeah, so as Serena kind of walks over this fighter-looking guy, let me see. Let me go to him. He definitely dressed like almost like a gladiatorial fighter. For terms of you guys, like a Roman gladiator. In this instance, it's more, he's definitely wearing heavier style armor. Kind of got a sword at his side, big round shield laying against the table. Interesting looking helmet. You would guess, pretty high AC sort of thing. Hefty looking armor. He kind of goes to step forward and like grab at this guy's collar. And the moment that he steps up, Serena sneaks in behind him, and she just slashes something across his throat. He kind of quickly staggers, turning around to face her, and ends up stepping up kind of towards the door. His hands, quickly jump to his throat, thinking that his throat has just been cut. However, Kara, your passive perception is high enough that I think you're probably the only one that notices. The silver that's in Serena's hand is not a knife, but a spoon. So the guy's just shocked, and she quickly takes and jabs her other hand out and punches his hands into his own throat, choking him momentarily. But you would realize, having fought her before, that if she had punched him without his hands there, he likely would have had his throat crushed in, sort of thing. So he quickly kind of slumps against the wall, and she just turns around, spins the spoon around her finger, and like slaps it on the table, and says something to the group here, and then we'll kind of brush our hands together and walk over and make sure that this girl's okay. A lot of the others are kind of cheering at this point. The fishermen that were in the corner and being rowdy, they all kind of have stopped, considering that she just took this fighter out in a matter of seconds, right? And you would also kind of see that there's a reverence in their eyes towards her. This maybe
There's
is not
a
the
sign
first...
on the door that just says, "Don't piss off the bartender."
Yeah, sort of that sort of thing. They definitely have recognized, like, shit, she stepped in, time to stop, like, the locals know at this point for sure.
All of the people just like, shit, she's out from behind the bar. Shit.
Yeah.
But, you also can... It's one of those things. There's a degree to which she seems to have found a very distinct niche here. The villagers have this reverence. The barmaid that Serena is checking on seems to stare at her with just this wonder in her eyes. And you would probably hear Serena kind of accosting her a little, like, let me handle these sorts of things, and so much to your point earlier, maybe it was sort of a bit of looking up to her hero, trying to step in before Serena came back, sort of thing. Would be pretty easy to assume. And Serena will just guide her back behind the bar, and as she passes Leif, she'll just kind of offer, like, drinks are on me, take what you need, head back over to your friends, and I'm just gonna settle things up here, gotta, like, finish out my last hour, and then I'll take you guys to my house. We got a whole place set up for you. Not about to leave my hubby out in the cold. And, her saying that, of course, like, the other barmaid didn't hear that earlier, but she looks over at you, Leif, looks back at Serena, looks back at you, and you just see, like, her eyes narrow. You're not good enough. And they both just go back to the bar.
Wow.
It's
The less big love triangle.
We're sleeping in bed with.
Man. This is why I warned you, by the way.
Well, I don't want to overstay my welcome behind the bar and arouse too much suspicion, so I would meander my way back over to the table.
For the clanging in your codpiece.
I guess that would be animal handling.
There's room for it to clang.
Oh, god damn. That's fair. That's a good point.
I had Mace hammer out the inside of my codpiece to allow.
It should
Yeah.
be rolled
It was
to
getting
check
real
the-
uncomfortable a lot of times. Those F's overlap for him sometimes. Oh, no. Oh, god.
I'd sit down and I'd just be like, "Well, I guess she found what she's good at."
Right. I don't think that necessarily translates into business ownership, but she makes it work. It's odd to see this many people. It almost unnerves me, really. I kind of miss the days where you would see one person a day when you were walking down the frozen road.
I know this isn't something any of you would necessarily see, but technically they are being dragged. You know, the fucking guy that got his ass beat is getting dragged upstairs. So that you guys would definitely notice that happens. Just
Like that gif of the guy going down the ladder and fucking Elden Ring smacking his head on the armor.
Oh
as
my
he's
God,
going down
yes.
the-
every step, poof, poof,
As
poof.
that guy's going off. Dunk, 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 dunk.
Oh god. Okay. All right. So I guess as you guys continue to chat, these two would probably also start to leave. This one would approach the edge of the bar. He would go upstairs, and you would watch her. This character just puts coins down on the edge of the bar. She waves over at Serena and just kind of calls her over. So Serena approaches us, and after taking the change, getting kind of something of a hushed apology, this one goes upstairs as well.
Kara will call out over the din and the noise. Common enough occurrence.
Towards Serena.
Yep.
Um, you would see that she's continuing to kind of chat with the people on this edge of the bar, and take change for them, or make change for them, I should say, and kind of clean up some empty mugs and plates. She looks over at you and would kind of yell back, I mean, the place has gotten a lot busier, as you can tell, and there's been kind of an influx of adventurers like yourselves. I imagine for the same reasons that you all are here. But, yeah, definitely not unheard of. I'll be back. And just turns to the kitchen and, brings the assortment of things that she's kind of balancing quite acrobatically into the back here to be dealt with.
Do we think that this new influx might bring more problems? I mean, after all, it's a lot of additional factors to account for. And considering we're dealing with, shapeshifters, that might be something.
I mean, I've already
Worth
come to
being
the
wary
conclusion
of.
that everyone and everything we meet is out to kill us.
Not a bad policy. Not at all.
Even the drinks. Sticks a tab in there to see if it's...
These drinks are all perfectly fine. Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about that, especially having been served them directly by Serena. I think if she had been in the bar with the Duergar, they would not have actually been able to poison the drinks.
She would have stomped them the second they got with it. But
I mean, Serena's definitely not the strongest of the hexes, but she is still definitely a hex. So yeah.
I mean, they were
because
tiny.
she is not the strongest doesn't mean she's also not the weakest.
Yeah, well, it depends on the. See, that's one of the things maybe to talk to her about, but that it depends on the argument. She was considered the
Yeah.
weakest, honestly. If I were to tell you from DM
Yes, she
player,
had the
but
most success.
ranking.
I will
yeah.
tell you she is very Kara though. Her passive perception just sits at a 20, so again, those things would have struggled to get one over her on her.
They'll be standing there doing something, and just the two women look over to the right, and like, you hear it too? Yep, fuck them.
Just stomp on the ground a little bit. We'll find them soon. The things are on the ground. We're just cockroaches. We're just cockroaches. No, you're fucking nuts. Stomps harder. But no. Regardless, she does return after a short while, of course. And you would watch, of course, as things are starting to kind of slim down. The crowd is starting to thin out. So, I would also tell you the bard is definitely packing up his instrument. He seems to be settling down for the night. Oh, something I didn't mention in the recap. I don't know if any of you had notes on
Did
it.
we
but I should
talk to the
mention
bard? We did, right?
You talked to the bard in the last town. That's what I was about to say.
Ah,
so I don't know
okay.
if you want to try and reapproach that, but
This is
See,
a
no, it's a
different bard. I'm just using
Okay.
it's just a portrait for a bard. Yeah, I can put a different dot on it or something.
But I don't know how to approach this because it would be a bit weird for me to ask him, "Hey, what's new around town?" Like, if it isn't obvious enough. But I think, okay. So Maze would essentially hobble down from his chair.
I think you mean Hal.
Hal, yes.
Say that last.
Jalapeno, yeah.
Oh, I
It's
just got it.
jalapeno.
And then when I said it out loud.
I mean, am I the one to
figured
notice
it
the
out.
jalapeno joke?
No, like I said, I had to say it out loud first.
No, it's okay. Anyways, he would essentially just kind of wiggle over to the direction of the bard and try to like.
How tall is Hal? I'm assuming like 3.5, 4 feet.
He's like 4 foot,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it comes up to like your chest. It's like a normal step for someone else.
basically. Um, and he would just kind of like wave. In my head canon, it's like Chance disguised as a staff,
Okay. Okay.
but
I'm okay with that. Yeah.
um, yeah, he would just kind of like wave him to like catch the bard's attention. Uh, and he'd say to him, "Hi, sorry to bother you, but I know that the place is kind of slowing down, so I figured you may have a little extra time. And I was wondering, you're very obviously a bard, someone who likely goes around and sees things, hears things. We're new in the town, and well, we know that there's a lot of influx of all kinds of people. So, do you have any advice on what to look out for? Any dangers that we should be aware of?
Okay. So do this for me. Roll me a persuasion check. This is not necessarily like an active check to gain information from or something. He's going to tell you. He's a bard. He's going to tell you stuff regardless. I just kind of want to
Right.
see how you come across to him on a quick glance.
I
Let's
also
say.
want to flash like 5 gold to him.
Oh damn, it's a lot of gold. Okay, give me
Yeah.
persuasion check with advantage at a minimum. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
You figured out my
Advantage.
secret. I'll do anything for money.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh damn. Oh yeah, real good. So yeah, as you approach with this really nice demeanor. The way you're chatting with him is like just super casual and friendly. Makes a lot of sense what you're saying. He just kind of finishes packing away his instrument, and he quickly kind of like steps down next to you. He's like, "Yeah, sure, no, totally. I saw you come from the table over there. How about this? As much as I'd love to take that 5 gold, that's a lot. And I've actually been earning pretty good tips from the villagers. There's a lot of money flowing. Buy me a drink, and I'll share some rumors. And if you think they're worth your money at the end, you give me what you felt it was worth."
All right. That sounds good. Take a seat next to us.
Yeah,
I'll
sure.
get you what you need.
He'll grab like a
What
chair
do you
from
drink?
whatever the pretty girl serves. And he like stares over longingly towards Serena. But he grabs a chair from here and he'll just like pull it
Okay,
up
if
to
you
the side
hadn't
of the
done that,
table.
I'd be like, which one's the pretty one?
I
The
mean,
comment
I would
Kara
also
just
say to be fair, like just to describe the difference, Serena is definitely gorgeous, especially considering
It's
she
like
has
Victoria's Secret
well,
model. Just
yeah, and she came from pretty good stock to begin with, despite the Hex fucking her up royally. So
was
having
like
been
on her
reverted,
death's
plus
sign.
also having some level of Kara, involved there, just
Right,
she's
okay, that makes sense.
definitely up on that scale. The other girl is much more like girl next door, cute, homely style barmaid. She grew up in this town,
Like
and
small
she's
town
definitely
girl.
yeah, and she's definitely pretty, but like clearly doesn't have a lot of like access to like skincare products, or like she's got maybe one comb that she uses in her hair. Like
Right,
she's
right.
just pretty girl. The average, doesn't have makeup. Like
Yeah, not
so
everyone has
someone
access to
saying the
angelic
pretty one.
DNA.
Yeah, well, even then, it's just him saying the pretty one. It's kind of like between the two of the or the beautiful one, whatever.
Right, yeah, yeah.
Between the two of them, it's kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, I know which one he's talking about. All right, that's all I'm trying to get at. Like
Um, yeah, so like Hal would essentially just wheel over to this tool, use it as a sort of stepping ladder.
yeah. As you climb up,
He's just still getting used to the size. He's not sure how to navigate this this
yeah,
way.
yeah. So as you climb up,
Um,
she kind of like narrows her eyes a little at you, and you can tell she's just a little bit confused about something. But she still knows you're part of the Leif's party and all that. So
yeah, and
she's like,
so
yeah. What can I do? What can I
um,
do?
hi, sorry to bother you. We're trying to entreat our friend Bart over there. I'm not sure if you know him already or not, or if he's playing it for the first time here,
Yeah,
but
yeah. No, he takes one of the rooms upstairs. He's been around for a while. Yeah.
okay, good, good. That's nice. That means he's, at least a little bit consistent or trustworthy. Anyways, I'm buying him drinks, so get him whatever this much buys, and I'll give her 2 gold.
Oh wow. I mean, she like slides one of the gold back to you. This will be more than enough, especially considering we're closing soon. But she leans in. I know you're kind of like a goody two shoes. Kara, right, was the name. But like, if you need info from him, I can slip something in here to help a little. Just let me know. But then she like turns and starts pouring a drink and puts it in front of you, just like, do you want me to add anything?
People say, normally I'd be fine with following through whatever methods necessary, but he seems like a good lad, so I'm just going to let him give us whatever information he can while he's still conscious.
She's like, I kind of figured that like being part god or whatever would make you like a goody two shoes, but good to know you're willing to get the job done. But yeah, here slides the drink across.
He'll just grab
Oh,
it,
yeah.
make his way over.
I was like, nah, I'm not gonna clear that misconception.
Yeah, no, no thanks.
So she's convinced you were me.
Well, she took a 50-50 shot, honestly.
Yeah,
She figured
well-
that what she knows of the group between... So she knows who Leif is, and she knows who Ravnus is, and she said, okay, if it was either the armored big one who wears the mask, or the one with the wings who's pretty that's going to go talk to the bard to get information, it's probably Kara.
She's like, he'll definitely get booze.
So, yeah, she rolled her 50-50. She might have
Yeah.
misinterpreted on that one, but...
And he will just sit there, like bring the drinks, put one in front of the bard, and he'll say, "Sorry, I never asked your name. How are you called?"
Oh, my name is... Well, I mean, technically it's just, Charles. I go by Chuck. Professionally, I'm kind of...
Got it.
I'm kind of
Okay.
new to this.
I understand. Well, you're doing a good job, and the fact that you're received here at least shows that you're at least reliable.
I haven't been
We
fired yet.
know-
I'm taking it, and I'm gonna keep going with it.
Yeah, yeah. See, we've made friends with the owner, and so we know that at least she seems to think that you're a good sort. So
He
hopefully you
he looks at you, the beautiful girl.
right, yes. I
No,
believe she's
no,
the owner at
it's
least.
the old man. I had to interview with the old man.
Ah, well, maybe it's more a matter of who really runs the place, but
I mean,
you
yeah,
understand.
that's a good point. That's a good. Takes a big drink.
Anyways, I wanted to know about all of those things that you were saying, rumors and such.
Oh yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty. There's a lost cat. I think there's a reward for that one. Someone said they saw dog sleds peeking out of some of the snow to the far north, like towards Kelvin's cairn. Let's see. He like flips through a little notebook. I mean, what are you looking to make a fortune? Like, what? How can I help?
No, we're mostly looking to avoid tough spots out there, really.
Avoid tough spots.
Any
Well, I've heard there's
dangerous
trolls have been
orchestras
spotted over
moving.
towards the spine, so maybe avoid there. The Goliaths have had a much easier time getting back and forth to towns, though. So, like, if you need guides out that far, there's lots of them.
Are they interacting with the townspeople at large?
I mean, every once in a while, one or two always come to town. Yeah, it's not
Oh,
unheard
The
of.
okay.
shirtless ones, though.
A shirtless one? No, they all wear heavy winter clothing.
I was making the joke. It's always the shirtless ones, though.
Oh yeah.
I'm assuming that you say that at the table, and he's very confused. So he's like,
How
"Something I
else are
should,
they
is
going
there
to
something I should
attract-
know about?" He like looks over at you, Karen.
They're always shirtless when I finish with them. No.
Actually, you know
Um,
what? That's a good point. Considering the portrait, he's maybe just like quickly thinks that, moves on.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anything specific you're like looking for?
How about accidents or, strange happenings in the other towns?
In the other towns? I mean, yeah, I sort of. I don't know much, honestly. Like I said, I'm kind of new. So, you guys just got here?
Yeah, pretty much. We arrived to the towns from afar, far to the east. And well, we figured, much like everyone, now that the sun is around and the place
Oh,
is
you guys are
all
like
thawing
those
out.
the fighter guys from the Far East fields. They said, I think. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, they were the guys. Didn't you see that one guy in the helmet with the brush? He like shoved the other dude.
Right. I mean, we figured that was just a friendly sort of, bar
Yeah, bar
fight.
fights. Yeah, bar fights. No, but I mean that group. Next time you see them, they're also from the Far East. So maybe you guys like know each other.
Do you happen to know what brings them here?
It's the
Other
same thing
than-
as you guys, right? Like it's warming up, and like there's a whole bunch of like rumors that there's treasure and fortune to be found up in the Icewind Dale now, because like stuff's thawing out, and supposedly there was some big group that was he like keeps flipping back through his notes. The jerk off bandits, the ejaculating bandits. They had some sort of vendetta against Arl, and apparently they might have won.
Ah, and what happened with them?
No, no one's heard from him. But it started getting sunny, and there's rumors that came from East Haven that the sun was because of them. But I mean, that's just if you want to believe them. I don't really, honestly. I'm just figuring it's kind of a warm period. But anyway, I came up
Interesting.
too, thinking, if I get here before the other bards and stake my claim, like they can't stop me, and then I can grow my trade.
Hey, that's a
You
good
notice he's like
entrepreneurial.
finished his drink at this point.
Yeah. So I'll just say that's a good head you seem to have on your shoulders. Thank you for the chit chat and rumors and such. I think you have a pretty good future in front of you if you choose to stick throughout. You know, be confident, have faith in yourself. You're doing some good work, and
Oh, thank you. That's
I'll
so nice
I'll
of
I'll
you.
give him, like 2 extra gold, and
Oh man, yeah, he'll definitely like. Not only takes it, he stares at you wide eyed. He's like, "Man, you're a good person. Like, be careful out there. There's lots of scary, excuse me, lots of scary stuff in the city.
like what?
I
I
mean,
mean, the
the
people getting into
adventurers one
fights and
off.
such,
They
but
don't necessarily always follow codes because they move from town to town. And then there's this weird like curse that people have been trying to use. So they just hopefully
a
don't piss
curse.
anyone
Wait,
off.
people are using curses?
Yeah, well, sort of. It's been a rumor floating around. I don't really. It kind of scares me. I try not to spread it.
See, my friend in the mask, he's very superstitious. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Looks at Ravnus, who I'm just going to assume kind of like maybe gives a nod or something. Um, and he'll just, I mean, he like looks around the bar, which I'm on a different page. Let me jump back to. Would have definitely also have kind of cleared out more at this point, so you probably don't have anyone really like this group is probably gone. And I would say that the other group to the north is definitely like starting to pay up with Serena and
Mhm.
start working their way towards and out the door. So he realizes, things are kind of like emptying out, and he's like, okay, I'll tell you guys just so that you stay safe. But like, please don't tell anyone. Don't use. Something feels really bad, like dark magic about this. Like I don't like really icky, and I just don't like it. So just be careful, okay?
Yeah, sure. Just out with it.
Yeah, I'm looking into my notes. Sorry, one sec. This isn't him
That's
building
so cool.
suspense. This
He's
is me.
buffering.
This is me
Yeah.
trying to find the right fucking section of where
He's
it
finding
is.
a candle
So
to like make dramatic lighting.
hey, listen, I've got 5 hexes worth of notes that I gotta
No, you're
fucking leaf
fine. You're
through to.
totally fine.
Okay. All right. I'm like turns his head side to side to like stretch his neck. He like kind of rubs his hands and then like puts them in front of his chest. Like stands up in kind of more of a straight pose. You can tell he's kind of like psyching himself up to just kind of get into his bardly mode. If you're looking to apparently curse someone with this thing, it's called the Hex of Asphyxiation, or the Hex of the Final Breath, I guess. And rubs his kind of like you see there's like a little bit of stress. Rubs his thumbs together.
Mm.
If this hex you wish to cast, so your hated will breathe their last. A simple sign, tank coins bloodied, in a jar they should be buried, on top of which a name will sit, and soon enough their throats are slit. Thus you call the wicked death, that is the hex of the final breath. And he's just like slowly rubs his hands together worse and worse. And you would notice that Serena is actually kind of like glaring at your table while she's shuffling this crew out. But
Okay. All right. I get it. There's probably some danger in even speaking these words, so I won't put you out of it any more than you already have. Hope you enjoy your drink and just be safe out there.
he just like slams back the last little bit of it, puts the mug on the table, and thanks. And if I see you guys, I'll play anything you want that I might know. But just stay safe out there. And he'll kind of saunter off. You realize, he's probably been imbibing throughout the night, so he wanders maybe a little
Mhm.
bit more drunkly than you realize at first. But he heads back up towards the stairs here and does find himself his way back to his room upstairs.
Hal will just kind of turn to the rest of the table now that it's pretty much just the barmaid, Serena, and the rest of us.
Yeah, who Serena at that point would actually probably approach the party. She looks over at the other barmaid and just kind of would call out to her like, "Hey, so I'm gonna take Cubby and his crew back to my place. You cool with me heading off a little early?" And she just nods, and she's already wiping down the bar, which is mostly clear anyway. You can tell that they're pretty efficient, so there's not much left to clean up. And she just gives Serena a thumbs up and lets her go. So Serena looks at you guys, just like, "Feel free to finish up drinks or whatever, and just whenever you're ready, let me know. We can head to my place. But I would leave the topic you were just discussing off the table till we're where other ears maybe can't hear us."
Right, yes, we've had some experience with unwanted listeners at a bar.
Hey, if there's anywhere for it, it's a bar. I mean, technically, that's what I've been doing too. So shrugs her
I just
shoulders.
don't know how people can't just, stick to their business and leave mine alone.
But yours is so much more interesting.
He'll just, give like an audible sigh and just
So what's
be
it
like,
like not having UINGS? Like, is it different? How does that feel?
well, it was a balance challenge before I got them, after I got them, but once I got used to them, they were
Wait,
fine.
after? You didn't always have them?
Uh,
That's like crazy.
well, you didn't always have this figure.
Technically, I think I did. I just, yeah, that's a weird. We'll talk about that later.
I love that it's just enough overlap that we can still drag it for a little while.
Well, and I also
That's
love
the
that Mace
reason
can
why
kind of
I'm
talk
not
from the
saying
perspective
anything.
of like it is
Yeah.
a big change, like that he's undergone too. Okay, well, I guess it seems like you guys are mostly done. So, should I lead you out, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. I mean, do you not have to like, close properly?
I mean, the owner and his daughter live here. Like, so no.
You're not like holding them hostage or something, are you?
What? No, no. Why would you even? No.
Well, I don't know.
They're
It's
my
kind of
friends.
strange to
It's
see
actually
some.
strange to be able to say that, but yeah, they're my friends.
Okay, just checking. You can't really blame me for trying to figure it out.
All
So
right,
she's just
listen,
gonna
I guess
Tap
I
the side
get
of
it.
your head.
Just starts walking out.
Yep.
Huh, when did you start taking orders from Mace? Just like starts to follow, I guess.
He's just like he takes a breath, like about to correct her, and he's like, you know what? It's fine.
Honestly, at this point with Kara leading, she does actually realize, I think, her mistake, and she will just kind of whisper to Kara, "Guess I got it wrong. Sorry about that. Please don't take offense. Didn't mean it."
Was honestly funnier.
Hey, I'll take that. But also, I should probably lead, yeah? So at that point, Serena will, I guess, wait for all of you to quickly kind of follow after her. She waves off to the bartender. Hold on, I think they actually have names. I need to go to one sec because I do want to use them. It is North Look. I think her name is Marta. I'm trying to find it. The wrong place. Nope, Marta's a different one. Doesn't actually have a name for her. So I guess Serena would just wave goodbye to her, call out a name, which I'll think up later. She'd call out to the owner, whose name is Scramasax, and ultimately just kind of wanders out. You can tell it's just essentially like the classic. What's the right way to put it? Just like she makes this place run sort of thing. So the two of them very much are just like, "Yeah, okay, see you tomorrow. Can't wait to catch up with you in the morning." Like very much almost family style, like just ready for the next day as if it's as normal as anything else that she will be showing up. Of course, that might change depending on you guys, so we will see if you destroy the new life that Serena has found or not. Otherwise, she will take you through the streets of Bryn Shander. So let me move back over to here.
What kind of homewrecker do you take the rest of us for?
I don't know yet. We will find out. I guess technically your carriage would be at the stables currently, so you might want to move that later. But as it stands, Serena actually leads you out of the North Look, the top of the town here. And let me do it this way. So she leads you out of the North Look and heads straight to the Northern Gate, right nearby. Basically, there's not even any time for anyone in town to really recognize you guys even leaving town, as it were, and immediately tucks herself close to the wall and rotates around the side of it, over to around here. And then she heads off a little bit away, just over to here. And as she heads in that direction, you would eventually notice that there is what looks to be... you don't need to exit. I got something for you. Don't worry. Something of a decrepit old building. And as you get even closer, you would notice it to be this. Very clearly, I mean, all of you have been around for a bit. It seems to be some sort of an old guard post. And, it's set up... You're probably going to want to put yourself a little bit further out, Kara. Everybody put yourself like right on the edge of the map, if anything.
Just dragging out the token. I didn't even have
Gotcha, okay. No, it's no worries.
kind of
otherwise.
place where it was.
As she approaches, Serena actually basically would tell you guys, okay, so you know who I am and kind of what I do, so, like, follow my footsteps exactly, if you don't mind, yeah? And she will just kind of snake you in a path that goes up along everything here. She kind of, like, arches herself in through, squeezes through these bales of hay, steps over here behind the pikes, and she reaches over. She starts to unlock the door, and then you notice that she kind of takes pushes it open a tiny, tiny bit, reaches a hand inside, and seems to finagle something inside before she finally pushes the doors open, and she just waves you in at that point. You would see that the inside has definitely been renovated to some degree. It's nowhere near as decrepit as the outside of the building. She's done a lot of refurbishing work, but at the same time, you also can tell that this has kind of been made to be somewhat of a fortress from the inside as well. What looks almost like debris here would actually be kind of like fortifications towards the
Barricade.
door.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally something you could duck behind to hide if you needed. And as much as there's like a perfectly set up dining area over here, this closet...
It's mostly knives.
Yeah, well, this closet, I would say, like, you could see the door hangs open, and there's just, like, weapons and bombs and things, like, ready access next to the door. And, the way that she led you in, you can tell that she's still very much a trapper, like your first experience with her. So, there's just a nature by which she's still the Serena that you knew, to some degree. Let me grab Ravnus. I just realized, because he would be with you guys as well. So, as she kind of approaches this table, she just puts her... kind of like general cloak on it, heavy weather gear being as it is, starts to walk over and starts lighting the fire here and stokes it up so that the house starts warming up a bit more, and just looks back at y'all. Well, I guess welcome to home sweet home. I figured while hubby was off working on saving the Icewind Dale with y'all, I'd at least make it a nice place for him to come back to, and there's plenty of room upstairs for you too, of course. I would never turn his partners away.
How secure is this place? Like, looking at the windows?
Well, I guess as secure as I can make it, but not as secure as it could be. And she kind of like grimaces a little. I'm kind of afraid, if I'm honest, to use my magic. So all of my traps are manual right now, and that's not exactly as good as it could be, but I mean, it should work, I feel safe.
It looks
enough.
great, babe.
Thanks, babe! Immediate smile comes back, So I guess as Kara takes her dog tags off, Serena would just like wince a little and just be like, yeah, I got that one wrong.
Yep.
And actually, I guess to your point, Kara, now that I understand why you were asking about the windows, you would notice that they're like shuttered and, as much as you could probably walk up and peek through to see out through the slats, you don't think anyone would be seeing in very easily. And the glass is old and kind of warped and melted, where it already makes it hard enough to see in and out. So between the two, you're pretty confident that no one will see you, much to your point.
That's why I asked. But, take those off. And to answer the question, it was nice to sit with my back to the back of a chair for once.
Yeah, I mean, I can only imagine. Like, it was a pretty big change for me, having to readjust to, like, a functioning body. So, kind of,
Can you elaborate on what you mean by that?
Did you? Well, yeah, I guess Mallow...
Mallow's not the most insightful or
He
open
probably wouldn't have
person
even
in the world.
known. I don't know if Dad ever did anything to him like he did to the rest of us. Okay, she's gonna, like, take a very deep breath. Okay, if we're doing this, which is fine, It's gonna need to happen a certain way.
Just kind of looks around like, okay.
I'm not taking off these clothes.
Yeah, no. Serena
Come
looks over.
on!
That's fine. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of more use like I like you a little better this way because at least I can change into that. But like, I couldn't do that with the metal you, which really was weird. Anyway, no, I mean, and you can tell that there's this apprehension. There is an apprehension in her in this instance of like, clearly whatever it is that she's going to discuss is going to be some level of traumatic. So she's kind of trying to either psych herself up or something to that degree. And she's going to walk over next to Leif, who very clearly is perusing her collection of alcohols. You would see that it is.
Wasting no time.
Yeah, you would actually see it's very much. What's the word I'm looking for? Curated in a way where, on one side it's just like a bunch of bottles of like fairly decent for like first shelf booze, good enough to really get you hammered, but not expensive. You could slam it and not have to worry. And then on the other side is way more expensive stuff that also has some good brand name to it, but it's kind of like set aside and positioned in a way that you can tell it's kind of like this is for when you want to enjoy the drink, this is for when you want to get drunk. And most of it seems to have not been necessarily touched. Not that it's like dusty or anything, but it's a fully stocked rack. And she's like, yeah, I figured this is kind of your thing, so I might as well keep us stocked. But, and she like reaches out and grabs one of the cheap bottles of booze. If we're doing this, we're doing it the Leif way, because I'm gonna need it.
I didn't realize I'd ask that difficult a question.
You're asking me to expose to you the traumas that my father put me and potentially my family through. And by my family, I mean Mallow, because I don't actually know a whole lot about my other brothers. I
Two of them are
know
dead.
some, but what?
2 of them are dead.
No, 2 of them they're in their mask.
No, 2 of them are dead.
No, 2 of them are in their mask, which is why I told you to take mine so that that doesn't happen to me. Especially
And we
since you
shattered 2 of the
actually
masks.
managed to sever my connection to Dad. So,
We also shattered 2 of the masks using a magical anvil that could break anything. So 2 of your brothers are dead.
it's like literally is like frozen, like processing. Like literally watching the hamster run as fast as it fucking can to try and figure out what the fuck is happening.
The
Like,
monkey's starting to clap.
And it got caught, flipped out the
no,
out
no,
the
no. It's
wheel
not
and
even that. Like
crashed.
it's like the steam is coming out of the ears. Like the processing is happening, but it's just it's some hard processing. Like this is an unheard of statement that you have just casually whipped out of nowhere, right?
That's out of nowhere. We've done this. We've done
She
these
takes
sorts of
Leif.
things.
You just watch as she just like in one swift movement reaches back, grabs a knife, slides knife along bottle, and breaks the top off. Like fucking saber style, right? It's not even that bottle was designed for it, but she's skilled enough that she cuts it cleanly and just immediately starts upending this bottle of like heavy whiskey into her mouth. Exactly. Thank you, Claw.
Hang on. I gotta find it. I have the perfect image for this.
Perfect. Go right ahead. You find it. But essentially,
I gotta find
this already the whole concept of this conversation was taking a toll on her, and now you have dropped a major, major bomb. So she downs alcohol heavily, puts the bottle back at her side as she like gasps it for air, grabs Leif by the collar, and is just going to drag you, Leif, over to this chair right here. She pulls it like fairly away from the table, slams you into it, and then quickly scampers into your lap. I need to put her on top layer. So, if you want to drink,
Leif watches her. Leif
You're-
watches her down this bottle, and his brain just goes as if she needed to do more to make me
yeah,
infatuated. with her.
she goes to sit down. She realizes, repositions a little bit, sits down harder. But no, realistically, she's very much like trying to. As much as Leif initially is like hot. There is that moment though afterwards where you realize, no, wait, she's actually kind of like cuddling herself up into you to feel safe. There is something else going on here. So just so you're aware, and I don't think that she's trying to hide it. So I'm not going to make it be hard to pick up on. She kind of like cuddles the bottle. She basically like pulls her legs up to her chest in your lap, cuddles the bottle in between her chest and her knees, and just like thinks about the statement you made and looks up at you, Kara, and just so those masks they're like gone for good, like
Shattered.
shattered. And also just to clarify with you, Kara, one of them was broken on the anvil. The other one was broken technically by Marino, but using chance.
Yep.
Right,
And I
yeah.
specify that because that is potential for you as well, to use. You don't necessarily know if you need Marino to do it. I don't know anyone clarified that,
I
but
mean, we know
chance
that
was
there's a
used.
connection, so
Chance
maybe
was
something can
used
be
as a
used.
tool for that at one point. You just have to figure out how that works. Regardless, she now believes that you destroyed 2 on this magic anvil, like you said. And okay, that's. I wonder if Dad knows. I wonder
I
how that
imagine he
works.
must have at least been able to sense it.
Well,
I don't
you
know.
did. You didn't know.
Didn't
I.
you all have
It's
connections
not.
to him?
She kind of like leaves the bottle in her legs, takes and puts her face in her hands, and just kind of massages her temples. And it's kind of muffled, but it comes out enough for all of you to hear. But from between her hands, where she's like, "That's not exactly how this works. I'm not speaking from fact per se. This is more like, oh my God, I don't even know where to start. Okay, here's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start in the past, because you already asked. So, Kara, you asked what my father did to me, what he did to us. He made us exactly what he wanted us to be, which in my case meant the perfect little setup
Hunter?
artist. I
Oh.
was to sneak into towns, learn as much as I could, set up false identities, get whispers. I laid the groundwork. But that also meant I needed to be able to gather information at will. So my old baby maker was not exactly an asset, as it were. He made sure to take it away from me as soon as I became of age. So, when you asked what you did to me, you made me whole again. You made me human again. You completely reset all the damage he did, including the disassociation that I forced myself into to get through the horrid life I had. Turns the bottle up again. Memories just flooding back. I would say, though, I thank you. Because again, you did free me from that. It was a lot when it happened. But, well, honestly, I've actually been able to do all the things that when I was being fake, I thought to myself, I wish that I could be. You gave me a life. So I feel like I do owe you a lot. In terms of our connection, the connection my father forced on all of us, I don't know for sure, but Mallow and I spent a lot of time together when he found me. Not necessarily like time, but like quality. Like it was I used to fake like being a mother to him because he was experiencing a lot, and I could pretend. I could feel for at least a little, and it was comfort for both of us, especially after his mother left. But it wasn't ever. We reconnected. I felt like I was actually like finally we were actually brother and sister, and we did a lot to try and learn what you know how Dad could do what he did, what he's done to us. And Mallow is. Please don't hate him. Please don't. He's just trying to do what he thinks is best. Okay. Takes another big draught from her bottle.
I guess the more important. No,
I'm not done. Sorry. We realized that when I ate you. Sorry, I really don't know how to phrase that. When I became part you, something broke. It's why I'm afraid to use magic. When I used it before, I drew from some source of darkness. I could channel it. It was powerful. But I think it always related back to Dad. And Mallow is, as much as we both hated to admit it, his powers are the closest to Dad's of any of the siblings. And he told me the reason he left you, all of you, was even without his mask, he felt something in him that was Dad. A connection, some sort of draw or eye. I he could never really truly describe it, but I knew. I knew what he meant. I knew. I used to feel it too. He has a lot of power, but it's specific in how he can use it, and I think that's why he made the masks. 'Cause he can only control us so far, but death, death he has a lot of control over. She kind of like licks her lips, and you see she's kind of like, you're starting to like almost lose her in the memories, sort of thing.
All right.
I can't find the GIF, and I know that was a lot of important exposition. And
Oh, there's more to come. Don't worry.
But this hopefully opens at the right part because I couldn't find the GIF.
Oh, it's Kim. I thought it was Fred. No,
Oh,
not
sorry.
no
Wow,
incense of
okay,
you. I love you,
rude.
Kim. I mean no incense of I'm really waiting for Fred to get here because I don't want to. I'm trying not to push too hard on some of this stuff without him, but
Yeah, I get it.
Listen, Kim, you are welcome and you are loved.
I don't have volume
Thank
on.
you.
But also that fucking
There's
face,
no
Chris.
volume. There's no volume
Oh.
necessary.
Is it
It's
just the white face essentially?
no, her cutting the bottle open. with
Oh,
her hand.
okay. I just saw it. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Oh fuck.
That's where my brain went when you say she cut open the bottle.
Gotcha. All right.
Hal would essentially just say, okay, I think I have a picture of what you mean, even if I don't necessarily understand it fully. But I still don't really get. I mean, obviously, he conditioned you, all of you, and he inflicted your very own personal hell trauma onto all of you to keep you under his thumb or
Don't.
whatever he has.
Please don't pretend to assume you understand that. I know what you mean. That you get it was a thing. But there was so much more than you could ever know. He would
What else changed?
changed. Well, I can't shapeshift the way I used to. And
What?
yeah, Dad, shapeshifters are not exactly what Mallow shows. We all are experts, I guess. Takes another sip. There's two levels, I guess, to shapeshifting. We can all, as changelings, become whatever we want. But it takes time, Usually you have to adjust your muscle structure, then adjust your eye color, adjust your hair length, your hair color. Each step is a step, but Dad broke us. Literally, every joint, every bone, broken. Again, and again, and again, and again. And we were told as changelings to put ourselves back together. Do you know why?
Teach you to learn to change on a fundamental level.
To learn to change so fast that it wouldn't matter if we broke something. So that in a moment's notice, we could drag someone off into an alley, kill them, and become them before anyone had noticed that a breath had passed. Sometimes that snaps fingers, breaks ligaments, but you have to learn to keep yourself together, to keep yourself going, to become your target without stopping, no matter what may occur.
Okay, maybe you're right, and I don't get it. But
I feel like that takes a lot for Mace to admit, so I appreciate that.
yeah, like, look, my father was questionable, but he wasn't nearly as bad as yours. But while I can understand that it definitely left a mark on all of you, I guess what I'm most struggling to get is this father of yours. He has control over death to a large degree, like you said, and he's made all of you to be versions of himself, distinct.
No, we were never supposed to be him. We are supposed to be hexes.
With what purpose?
She's got like 1,000-yard stare right now, by the way.
Yes, shell-shocked soldier, just
Made to be hexes is like a very specific term, like.
right. Okay.
Trauma aside for a moment, because I can see that this is.
That's not really gonna happen. Just ask and keep asking and keep pushing, and let's just make sure that whatever you need to know, you learn tonight, so that we don't have to do this again. And like, fucking forces herself deeper into Leif's chest, despite the armor. Like, Leif, you feel like your fucking plate mail is bending.
It's gonna leave a nice indentation.
My questions are more.
She'll be with him everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Serena's happy with
My
that.
questions are less into your past and more into your present. What else changed? You
Right.
said you can't
Right.
change like
Sorry.
you used to.
Totally. Get it. You're right. I meant to keep going. I just. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. So, like. Yeah. Can't change the same way. And, like I said, I felt like my connection to Dad's death key break when you changed me. So, I'm not honestly sure, like, where I draw power from anymore, magically, you know? Like, I guess
Era
talking
is
to
gonna be
Mallow, you know, made me
oddly.
realize he draws power from his death key, and his death key is inherently linked to Dad's death key, because Dad is, like, literally death key incarnate. But, like, when I used to use my magic, I would pull from him too. I could feel it. I know it was him. But I don't know if I try now, does it mean I'll reconnect?
You think it's a possibility?
I'm too afraid to try. I can do plenty physically. I'm honestly almost stronger than before. Like the way my muscles regenerate and move, and I don't have a scar on my body anymore. And although she kind of like turns her eyes down, I did lose our child. I'm sorry, Leif.
Oh,
It's not. I didn't. I don't know how it happened. I guarantee I was with child. I know I was, and then suddenly one night, it's almost like I went back in time. Like before like just after consuming Kara.
A large swig. A large swig of the bottle that she had, finishing off whatever is left of
She's
that.
already trauma dumping as well, so like he
So-
swigs, she like stands up, grabs another bottle, cuddles back into his lap, takes another bottle, a half bottle down. She's starting to get like
Kara
way too
will
sloshed
do
at this
as
point.
I've written on the screen.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what you do with it. Sorry, go right ahead.
Oh, well, that might be the problem. How long ago was this where you first felt this reset?
I don't. I think I have it written down somewhere. Sorry, hold on, let me try and find it. You're probably buying into what is exactly what you're thinking, though.
Because it might be around the same time I first died and rejuvenated.
It wouldn't have been the first time you did that. I will tell you
Since
that.
since she had her.
That would be correct, yes. And I would tell you that is my intention, that when she gives you a timeline of days, it basically would line up with essentially that, yes. That was what I looked
No.
up, so.
The problem with taking in a part of me is you
No,
are now
hold on. Stop. You're
a
not...
part of me.
You keep saying things that make, like, legitimately no fucking sense. What do you mean,
Mhm.
died and came back? You don't... Like, I know that you have this ability to regenerate, like an immortal or some
Uh-huh.
shit, but
Uh-huh.
what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, I think the easiest way is just a demonstration.
No, don't look at me.
Leif starts unsheathing his sword.
Thank you, Leif.
She immediately pushes her hand on the pommel of Fortuna to put it back in. Like, she's not going to allow you to harm yourself in any way, for sure. Okay, stop! Stop! I don't need a demonstration. I asked for an explanation.
Well, the explanation is part of the demonstration, but I guess we can go without the physical part
No,
of it.
you know what? No, okay, how about I'm just gonna... Like, massages her temples for a second. I'm very good at collecting and understanding information, so let me just do that. You're immortal. Yes or no?
Yes, she is the real deal.
Okay,
Yeah.
she gets put into a point where she is dying and gets healed, and she comes back. Yes, but a
No,
dead
she
body's
can
a dead
come
body.
back.
No, I actually die. It's just that I can come back from death.
Okay,
And when I
well,
do,
I thought
com-
it was that you were like a changeling that had the capacity to like heal yourself with your changeling powers. My father did a very bad... Well, you know what? Actually, nope, it wasn't a bad job of explaining. He didn't want to. He lied to me.
Serena, I literally stepped from the heavens and said, fuck it, people aren't doing their job, and came down to the mortal plane.
No, I understand you're a demigod. Father was clear about that. He also told me that if I should fail and still live, that I need to make Mallow sleep with you. So, you know.
Yeah, that was never going to happen.
I know.
So, to make the
Don't-
Sister and I get it. No one's going to want to sleep with that guy.
go to the point of why there's been a change, when I am revived, it resets me to like no damage ever happened.
Which means if you reset, because I'm part you,
You
I
reset.
reset.
Which means
She buries her
pregnancy is
face in her
considered
hands again,
damage.
and she just uncovers her face. Looks directly in your eyes, Kara. I wish to have a baby with this half-orc. Well, how much do I have
Okay.
to pay you to not die for 9 months? 10 months? 11,
I mean,
a year. Let's call it a year just in case.
Well, we
You
need
don't
someone to watch them sometimes, so let's just say, 18.
I get the feeling as soon as that baby's out of me, we're good, but holy, I'd like to not lose that again. Again,
that
I don't,
sounds horrible.
I don't know
I'm
how
barely
to-
getting
I
used
just-
to these cushions behind me.
so Mace, as you're like saying this, Serena is like at the point of overload at this point, I'm not gonna lie. She's been trying really hard to process through a lot. You guys keep throwing weird shit at her. She is now talking about the child that she wants to have, which is like literally her ultimate dream goal thing. And she just stops and she goes, I'll like
Answer to your question is I'd be more than happy to stay out of the front lines when this is done.
No, you don't understand. She's already in her head in a way. This is the problem. She's in her head to the point that she stops, she stands up in front of you, Kara. She grabs you and she kisses you and she goes, "All right, fuck it. We'll get you pregnant too."
I headbutt her.
Go ahead and roll an unarmed strike. I'm okay with that.
Just full on head cranes back. And
This is totally
do it.
this is
Do it.
Serena
Yep,
mind
do
to
it.
me. She's
Uh-huh.
like, if
Yep.
if I
Oh,
can't
that's
be
interesting.
if I need to
That's
be pregnant,
interesting.
then I'll get her. Yeah, that doesn't hit.
Oh.
You go to headbutt her, and she just like moves her head back a little. Why are you? What? No. What are you doing?
I was gonna knock you away with a headbutt, but you moved.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get headbutted.
How about she wants to get knocked up?
The echo behind me
Turns
that
to
was,
Mace.
like,
Yeah, that was
crouching
always
behind
the
me.
whole thing. Was I never clear on that? I thought I was clear on that. Looks to Leif. You were real, like, I was clear to you on that, right? Like,
Very, very.
Clear, as I think the way one would describe it.
as Kara, like, pushes her back to Leif. I feel like,
Disentwines.
oh,
Um,
God.
Grabs a bottle and gargles.
God damn.
I mean, if we need to,
Take Serena's
we
bottle and gargles.
we can make it happen. If you both are trying to get pregnant, I'm just saying.
Mace will briefly take off his dog tag, just turning back into himself. And he'll just look at Kara and he'll say, so boss, is this like an affront? Because it's starting to sound like an affront.
You know.
I also love the fact that you basically like push Serena into this point where she's just like running on fumes, unable to have brain synapse connect correctly. So she's gone to this crazy like out of nowhere idea, and you're like, all right, time to put her down, as opposed to maybe we should try and help her.
She wants to... I'm not even going to get into it.
Yeah, she does, because she's fucking not sure what she's thinking at this point.
Okay.
Serena,
Okay. I'm going to just lightly.
She
touch
has goals,
Serena
and
on
she
the
will
shoulder.
achieve them.
Serena.
Rational thought be damned.
like snapping both fingers next to her. Serena, you with me? You with me?
No.
Good enough. You can still achieve your goal. You just need to wait until the hex is dead.
Like, honestly, that statement alone is enough to kind of like shock her out of it. Just Hex, no, he don't. Dad's not gonna die. That's no way.
You
We
didn't
killed a
even know
god.
true immortals
We can kill your
existed.
dad.
That means he is capable of dying.
Yeah, I mean, like, I get where you're coming from, but you killed a lesser god, and he's like death incarnate. Like,
That's what he wants you to think. I know Death on a personal level. I can call him up later and ask.
can you?
But
Like,
Kara's
honestly,
like, death
I'd
is my
actually like that.
bitch.
If you could honestly get me in contact with some sort of death spirit who would tell me my father is not, like, I don't know, legitimately related to them somehow, then, like, honestly, that might ease my worries a little. So, yeah,
hold
fucking
on,
do it.
let me see if I can get in contact with Hella.
Fucking do it, man. Fucking do it, please. I'll leave that
Searching
for you to
through
figure out how you
contact.
want to approach. We can get to that at some
Norse
point.
elevator music. Just
They're just
Um,
gonna, go
I will
over
start to
here,
redirect us a little bit though, as
clear the
Serena is just
table.
like. So also, I guess technically, now that I'm like, kind of coming back down, I stops for a second, looks at you, Kara. Also,
Mm-hmm.
she's like, also, why are you like genetically designed to just like be hotter than normal people? That was like the best kiss ever, and you didn't even want it. Sorry, just gotta. Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, you can tell something is it's throwing her off at this point. Like,
So,
classic Kara problems is all I'm getting at.
so here's the deal, child.
I like that.
You decided to unceremoniously take part of me into you, which
Oh
means
god.
that I am literally rubbing off on you.
Okay, I don't.
I hate
Shakes
how that
shakes her
sounds.
head, tries to clear her mind a little, and is just okay. I will discuss that with you in private
Look, if
because I get the
look,
feeling
if
that
I
means a
die
lot
enough
more than I
times,
thought. But also, yeah, maybe more for girls talk.
look,
Let
if I
me
die enough times, you might sprout a pair of wings. Who knows?
blinks a couple times. That might be fun. Again, let's discuss that on our
Yes.
terms. Uh,
Chairs and doors will suck after a while.
I mean, yeah, but imagine all the stuff I could do. Looks at Leif.
Yes.
There you go, buddy. Oh God. Uh, she will say though, but back, I guess, somewhat on topic. I just about Mallow. The whole thing that I guess I was trying to get at that I lost track of because of trauma. My brother, he realized that if he was to reconnect with your group, it's very likely that even without his mask, Dad would have some sense of where you are and what you're doing and what's going on. And because of that, the idiot decided to act alone. I told him it wouldn't matter. I'd be more than happy to help him, but he said it was his burden to bear. That he was going to go figure out all the stuff that Dad never told him because when he was discussing with me about all the stuff I knew and the stuff that he never was taught, he realized that there was a lot that he didn't know, and he wanted to make sure that he could be ready to dismantle it from the inside.
He's learning.
I really hope so.
Did you speak with him?
We spent a couple weeks together, a couple 10-day together. Like,
So he left like a week ago.
um, she'd look back through, or she'd think back, I guess, and just be like, I guess it was closer to maybe 15 days to 10 days. It's been a bit since I last saw him. He's been with Dad for a while, I'd guess, because I told him where the closest cottage was, so he probably got there pretty fast.
Look, we didn't know him for that long, but we can, I think, agree that he was quite stubborn,
That's an
but
understatement, yeah.
also very easily influenced. So,
That's kind of the part that I'm worried about, because
oh
definitely
yeah, how
right.
worried should we be about him flipping on us?
I don't. All I can say is almost every time he and I talked, one of you would come up in some way or another. He would even talk a lot about, that fucking turtle, he would say. Zach? Bizak? Something?
Not that
I'm
fucking
not
turtle.
too, familiar with all y'all, but, I definitely, it was the one that I tried to stab to death, initially, because, Mallow hated him or whatever initially. But, he had good memories of all you, and I want to believe that he had enough love, in his early life with his mom still around. He was the only one of us who actually knew his mom, really. So, I'm hoping that that was enough that, he can recognize love and, maybe you guys had an effect on him. Also, I wouldn't hold my breath, though, because at the same time, Dad does some crazy shit. So,
Uh, yeah,
basically, you could,
well,
trap him kill him, trap him in his mask for a couple millennia, and just make him a servant anyway. Basically what he did to me.
Okay.
Let me tell you, when you wake up with no womb and are told that like only a week or two has passed and you still have scars, but it's felt like about 10 years just sitting there, empty darkness, nothing but your own thoughts, no senses, complete sensory deprivation. It's kind of a lot. It really fucking breaks you. So,
Do you want to talk to the god of death in general, the god of people who drowned, the god of people who died as virgins, the one who oversees Folkvangir, or the one who oversees Valhalla?
I want to talk to whoever can tell me whether my dad like legitimately has some sort of connection to death in a way that supersedes like most other things, I guess. I don't fucking know how to say that. I don't know. You're the one. You're the demigod. I don't know this shit. I just kill people and shit. I don't know.
I mean, you just asked if. Yeah, okay, one sec.
I would
Valhalla
at this
would be
point
the most
like
appropriate.
point out the reason she is speaking the way she is as well is the multiple empty bottles that are gathering at the feet of her and Leif.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured as much. So,
I just want to say you turned out fine, babe. I think you turned out great.
I think you
I'm not
turned
gonna
out
lie,
great.
hubby. I'm pretty sure that's only because I ate your girlfriend here, who's also, I guess, kind of my girlfriend, because like I'm part her. I don't know how that works.
Not mad at all.
not.
I ate you. I don't know what that means, but it means something.
And then you ate me.
Wait, does this mean I'm oathbound to be the Godfather?
She looks at you for a second, Mace. You know what? Fuck it. I bet you could protect my baby. Yeah.
He doesn't sleep. He doesn't sleep. He could be the night watch when he's in his crib.
I'm the baby monitor.
He's the baby monitor. Oh no,
That's
literally.
exactly what
Kara is just, tapping into the divine hotline right now.
Who you calling?
I guess in this case,
Ghostbusters?
Odin, the,
I was just
the
thinking that.
all-seeing eye.
Thank you, Gual.
Yeah, that's probably pretty fair. Okay. So I'm assuming you're just kind of like kneeling down, starting to pray, maybe holding like a necklace
Made
with
a
some
circle,
sort of
like one of those things.
yeah. So what are you thinking as you start to reach out?
You spy on a lot of people with your ravens and whatnot. Can you tell me if one's actually a god or getting close to it?
You would, after a minute, feel a connection as the Allfather does reach out to you.
Carol, my child, it is as I told you before you entered that realm. Hugin and Munin can only see so far. The realm that we are in is certainly within their grasp, but the best I can do for you is hope to perhaps see with my missing eye. What is it that you wish for me to try and seek?
The one known as the Hex. Divine, not divine.
I see a future. You stand against shadow, personified. A man of darkness and power, strength untold of by normal mortals. He has reached an agreement, so he may go beyond his limits of his mortal flesh, just as you, of Valkyrie, are beyond the limits of a mortal. You will face him in battle to the death, and he will likely be unlike anything you have faced before. That is what I can foresee. Nothing more, nothing less.
I can work with that.
The powers that you seem to be going against are strange in their ways, and from a source that I would never dare go against myself. Be wary.
Oh, so Gemini and Marino are kind of stay away from types. Okay.
I honestly know not what powers this man, but I can tell you it is far beyond that which I am capable of facing. Were we to prepare as if for Ragnarok, maybe, but I would prefer to face our forces against that which is a threat to our own.
I mean, he's a threat to me, so I guess does that count for anything?
It is as we told you before you left for that realm.
Yeah, you have my problems. I got it. I know. Just
We
asking.
can support you only so much.
But I can still work with this. Thank you.
I wish you luck, Wild One. Also, please do send some sort of alcohol in terms of, like, fucking offerings. Put it on an altar or something. These Leifs, I think they claim their name is. They're drinking us out of house and home. which is hard. We have a literal cow that produces mead.
Kara's just gonna grab a couple
Not
of
enough
bottles.
teats. Never enough teats for them.
Kara's gonna just grab a couple of bottles, throw them into the circle she's been sitting in, sit down. The bottles are gonna vanish.
Leif notices. He goes, "Is it the Leifs? Is it the Leifs?"
No. Give them to me. That way they can just summon echo bottles.
Oh my god.
I like that I just broke you with that. That was the thing. That's awesome. That's so funny.
Serena should be seeing this like, okay, she might not be full of shit.
Oh, that's so funny. Regardless, though, I guess for the rest of the party while Kara is off praying, does anyone want to say or do anything? Solid couple of minutes probably that she's away talking to Odin. Y'all just gonna sit quietly?
I would. How do I put this? I'd be like, are there any weaknesses your father has that you know of?
I wish I did. If there was anything
Man,
that I could have exploited, oh my god, I would have destroyed that man any chance I got. But I mean, honestly, I couldn't even face my brothers. Like, basically, I was the punching bag of the family. I mean, like, not Dad. Maybe I don't. It might have been like to control me. I guess it might have been because he recognized my value. But like, once Dad broke me, and I was a hex the way he wanted. He was like the only one that actually saw value in me. And that's like, I guess, kind of the only reason, I guess, like I didn't try and run away or something. I didn't wanna be a hex, but when he was nice and like asked for my help and like told me I was like good and useful, like of course I was gonna keep, trying to make him happy. But like I didn't.
Look, I may not know a lot about your whole family situation, and I don't know just how much you take these words to heart, but take it from someone you know, someone who knows. You are more than your purpose.
I would like to be. It's been really nice, like when I was, the hex of the Stalking Death, there were lots of times where I would like go to a town and be a bartender or you know, like pretend that that was my life and it was always so much nicer, but there's always the dark edge of knowing that like it was for this purpose. But ever since I came to Bryn Shander, it's actually been I've been able to like when I was doing that stuff, I would say to myself, I wish that I could just do this. I wish that I could just be normal. And I've been able to be. And it's been great. So yeah, I get it, but like, it's just tough,
That at least I can understand. But look, so long as your father is around, he's going to pose a threat not only to that, but to the very way of living you're trying to attain. Not only to you and your partner, but to whatever future you want to build together. See, the thing about death is that it's an ending. That's a full stop. There's no development from there.
Not for us, though. You need to be careful about that.
Maybe, but the thing is, because you're beings that are used to continuity, it means that you get to just be the same and not change, not grow, not become better. That's the difference that even gods don't really get when looking at mortals. And that's the edge we use to at least get on even footing.
I think
Now-
you're kind of confused, because, like, my dad did everything he could to bring out the potential of every one of our siblings. I know that, like, based on the rules of what you had to deal with, it might not have seemed that way, but, like, if not for a lot of what controlled how we had to approach you, we would have probably killed you all a long time ago. Like,
I
I hate Fetid. I wish... Well, I guess I don't wish he was dead anymore. You told me he is dead. But the asshole was He was a necromantic genius. If he could have killed the entire town of, I don't know, Bryn Shander, East Haven, Tourmaline, name it, and just turned them into zombies to attack you at his leisure, he fucking would have. He didn't have the option. There were limitations to what they could do. What I could do. Well, I guess I was able to ambush you. That's the best I could ever do. Kind of like gets down on herself at this point.
Look, you did
Or
a
half
fine
in a
job.
prayer.
Your ambush was
You
successful.
did the most damage to any of us out of the group.
That is true. She has a very good point.
Also, Kara, I mean, you don't have to wait too long. It was, prayer is a prayer. It's your call when you come back.
No, it's like, no, she does the thing, goes back with the liquor, the bottles vanish.
But yeah, I mean, Serena, I guess, would be like, I mean, I appreciate it, but I don't know. I could never really match up against my brothers. I mean, Fetid would just
The point
fucking
being,
curse me or some shit, or I could never.
I
I
understand
could
that
never
you view it
escape
that
the
way.
grapples of Shattered. I mean, they were
and
all
you
so
all
much
have
stronger.
your virtues, but
So your dad's not a god yet.
they were all forced. And there you go.
mean-
See, there you have it.
That depends on, I guess, your like perspective. I mean, he's kind of a god to me. I don't think that any of us are gonna be conquering him anytime soon. So
Look, Oral was also a god to a lot of people, and you saw what happened to her. Well, you didn't see, but you
yeah,
understand.
I mean, lesser god though. Like, there's actually a register on that. I don't know. I mean, each their own. I just
Yeah, you're right, there is a register on that. Your dad is not on the list.
Look, you can have your own
I'm not
perspective.
sure I
understand.
agree with that because
I understand that it's difficult to come to terms with
Put your
things.
mind on your opinions. But I'm going to ask you to change your mind on your opinions because opinions give power, and power is what creates them.
all I'm saying is I don't truly understand a lot about how Dad is as strong as he is. Okay,
Oh, he made a deal.
he might have. I don't.
No, he did.
All I know is when he was young, he died, apparently came back, and ever since then, that's when he's had his, like, death key control shit that let him become who he is today. Alright?
So he actually told you a little bit of his origin story.
Yeah, I know everything about it. We all, well, I guess, like, Mallow probably didn't, because Dad was weird with Mallow. He didn't, like, abuse him the way he, well, speaking from the receiving end, abuse him the way he did the rest of us. But, like, he also didn't, like, tell him anything. I don't really know why he treated Mallow the way he did, but, like, it was definitely different.
It's just that's the type of thing that one would usually keep to themselves. And
I mean, yeah, no, because, like, we all have the curse that he talks about from... Alright, I guess, like, should I just tell you his story? Like, do you even care?
it might give
Sarah
us
will
some
will
insight.
put
as
her
to how
hands
to-
together and rest them on the table and just be like, yes, more information about our target makes it easier to dissect and figure out what goes on in their head.
I mean, this is fucking crazy. So just be, like, ready, okay? But, like, maybe it'll help you understand what you're up against. I really don't like telling this story. It's really fucking gross. But, like, not gross, but fuck it. Alright, well, so, Dad, like, he didn't know he was a changeling at first. So he was born and grew up with just a single mother. But, like, when he was, I don't know, I think he said, like, 10-ish, she, like, introduced this guy that she claimed was his dad. And it was this noble guy. And I guess, like, from what he said, the dude was kind of abusive. And by kind of, I mean, like, legit would slap the shit out of him and his mom all the time because they were, like, commoners and he was a noble and it didn't really matter. And he had, like, 8 different women that he would just, like, go between. But, like, Dad's mom was just, like, gone for this guy. But he didn't like him. And then one day he, like, knocked Dad's mom, like, towards the fireplace and her head hit the stones and she fell unconscious. And literally, I guess as he puts it, like, that was the day my violence awakened. And, like, he just, like, broke and snapped and literally strangled the guy to death. But like when he did, the dude changed because I guess apparently he was like a changeling pretending to be the noble, and like I guess grandma at that point realized what had happened, but like didn't know what to do and kind of like panicked, but also, the man she loved was like not the man she loved, and she realized that like dad could probably change too. So even though he was only like 12 or something at that point, I don't even remember, she made him transform like into the noble's form so that she could pretend that dad was the noble and her boyfriend. But like because he would only pay attention to her, the other girls got all jealous and they claimed that like grandma was a witch, and eventually the town decided to burn her at the stake. So like on the day of, dad went to try and save her as the noble, and like the women claimed that he was charmed and they tried to stop him, and I guess something happened where he lost focus and like transformed back to himself, and that made them all like super not understand what was happening, and he was stabbed to death by the town guard because they had claimed that she had like transformed him into the noble and killed him or something. And apparently at that point, I guess that was the first time dad actually connected with his death key. And so like as he was laying there dying, he I don't this is the part that like he said that he connected with some sort of like death spirit, and then he rose from the ground and grabbed the soldier's short sword from his hip and turned it against him and stabbed him through the heart. And I guess that was like the first time he ever made one of his trinkets, and he ran away with it, not understanding his powers, and then kind of like things developed from there.
Well, Gefton, you dropped the ball on that one.
What was that?
Uh, the god of people who die a virgin.
Who says he died a virgin? Uh-oh.
You know what? Fucking, she didn't say otherwise. He didn't say otherwise. This 12-year-old boy with the ball.
Syndrome.
Who says he was the one with the syndrome? All I'm saying is
Well-
there might have been gaps that were not filled in there. I'm not saying one way or another. I'm just saying.
They were
I
filled.
think there
and
were
weren't
some gaps that
elaborated
were
on.
actually filled.
I may or not. Who knows? Hex knows. I'm not sure Serena knows.
Right. This is...
All I know is
Okay,
he
well.
told me that he felt like the violence started to consume him. So he sought out some like monks or something to help control himself, which is how he started to learn about like the powers of his ki, and kind of started to learn how to control this sort of like ability of death that he had gained. And I don't know, I guess the rest is kind of history. Like he felt like he was more than just a man because he'd like come back from death, and so he wanted to like spread his name, his I don't know. He just said that it inspired him, and like he decided to become the Hex so that he could direct his violence instead of just letting it run rampant, because like watching what his father had done had made him not want to like let that happen.
Is he, mentally, at least, still, human?
I don't know if my dad was like ever mentally okay, because I'm not gonna lie, even the way he describes his attachment to his own mother is just like wrong a lot of the time. Like he viewed her as more like, I don't know, a deity or living like priestess. I don't All I know is her word was law, I guess, and like he's only the way he is now because of like who she made him, by my understanding.
Okay.
I'm like
It's going
honestly
to be
not sure if dad would have
complicated.
ever tried to become someone else if it wasn't for the fact that she like made him, you know?
Well, it's not like we can give him love and acceptance at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he's like a good person or anything. I'm just saying that like, he's kind of fucked up, just like everyone else in the family. I can't even believe I'm like vouching for the guy. Like, don't get me wrong, kill his ass. Just we're all broken, I guess.
I don't think that I can reasonably pass judgment here, which
Okay.
is ironic.
Welcome.
Look, I'm just a tax collector.
Fuck him. Yeah, fair enough, Kara.
Good. I've got it. Yeah, there we go. See, that's clear enough for me.
Who took me hostage and tried to experiment on me because he had a fetish to fulfill. Fuck him.
So, I'm not
Yes,
necessarily going to
I
say
agree.
it's like a fetish thing, but, with what you said about coming back, yeah, definitely understand why he would want to, like, I don't know, study you or some shit.
First set of wings with this body, and what's he do? He tells your brother to rip off a fucking handful of feathers and send it to him.
Yeah, I'm also sure he
Look,
told Mallow to try and sleep with you, though, so, like,
Yeah, that was never gonna happen.
yeah, I'm
I'm
sure, again, but, like, my point is, so...
I'm obviously not suggesting that it happens, but theoretically,
If you seduce Mallow the next time we meet him.
no, no. I'm just saying we saw what happened to Serena after she got grafted with you. She's stuck at a certain point in time, and
I mean,
even
to be fair,
some
I
of
think
her.
I've only reset, like, twice. But, yeah, it's been weird.
But
Four
it's not
times.
even to the point in time that you grafted initially. You
No,
said that some of your previous wounds were also healed.
No, opposite, my friend. Like, literally everything is completely back to, like, as if I was, like, baby fresh, which only happened after I ate her ear.
Right. So, in theory, could the Hex not be looking for that?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's trying to find a way to, like, either consume a divine spark or get something close to it. And considering Kara is part Empyrean, literally his words, I think he's trying to figure out, like, what that part is and how to replicate it. Hence why I
Uh,
was supposed to, consume her. Like, and also, legitimately, the reason I was chosen for that, just so y'all know, like, please don't hold it against me, he literally said to me, you're a woman, she's a woman, like, DNA-wise, it should work easier. So, take it for what you will.
right. See, this calls for an important distinction.
Slowly turns head and stares at Leif.
Oh, yes.
Interesting. Divine spark, you say?
Yeah, why? What about it?
Just some things have happened. Some stuff has grabs another bottle. Some stuff has gone down.
Is
Yeah,
there
he got a
something, like,
dog
I
now.
should know, or...
Yeah, I mean, what is knowing?
Leif,
No, that's the whole point.
Leif, please roll a deception check for me.
At this
That's
point,
a
it might as well
pretty
be a
solid roll.
dexterity check.
Yeah,
Shit.
so
for
in your attempt to
wisdom,
be,
but,
like, somewhat coy with her 28 perception, she very much so
God
recognizes...
damn.
Yeah, I mean, Serena. She very much recognizes something is off in your speech patterns. It's just... Got something to tell me there, big boy?
Let's just say, the
He
cold
lost someone very
heals
important,
me.
okay?
The cold heals me now.
She's like, did you, like, eat the Frostmaiden? Like, I ate Kara? Like, are we both part god now or something?
So I didn't necessarily eat the Frostmaiden. I am the
Frost Man.
man.
She's like, oh, thank God. I thought you were about to say I am the Frostmaiden, and I was going to be like, oh, fuck. Now you can't put another one in me.
Oh no, I can put it whatever you want in you.
Cool.
Yeah, he's got
Like,
character
honestly,
development.
just clearly very, very sloshed at this point. Like, cool.
It just might be a little cold now.
Kara looks
Oh, I
over
thought
at
it was
Leif.
your armor.
She's
I'm
gonna
not gonna
wake up
lie,
in a
but yeah,
cold
you
sweat
really
this
have
afternoon.
not been warm at all.
Yeah.
She's gonna wake up in a cold sweat when she realizes half of what we've conversed today after the booze wears off.
Who knows, man? We'll see how Serena does in the morning. That's gonna be a roll. Either way, she will still kind of look back at y'all and just like, I guess, is there anything else that you want to know while we're still chatting? Because I do need to hit the beds at some point. I technically have work in the morning.
Is there a way we can find about, I guess, the scope of your father's powers? I
In
mean, I know
terms-
that he kept a lot
Man,
of
in terms of
things
Dad,
from
I
you.
got no idea where that cap lays. Not gonna lie.
Oh.
It's like I told you. A lot of what he does is planning. A lot of what he does is power. He used to use me for, like, making false identities and, like, laying the groundwork of the sibling. Actually, I guess I should explain that to you too, huh? But we all have these poems. Oh, you heard one earlier. Yeah. So the whispers. When we sent, I guess me too. Because I know all of them. Dad made me learn all of them to make sure. Anyway, we send the whispers in, and then they spread those, and then people start performing the ritual, and then one of us moves in, and we look for it, and if we get enough, honestly, each one of us just kind of like operates on our own decision basis, and
Do
like,
you all sort of sense it, or is it a matter of finding out who did what?
nah, we just pay attention. That's what the whispers are for. You get like a handful of whispers, 5 or 6 in a town, and they're like spreading it. They, man, you can pick up so easy on like the people who are gonna use this shit. I mean, and all of us like we do different stuff, so there's like it's very like man, Jesus, you guys suck at this.
Okay.
Clearly, just like stumbling from one thought to the other. All right, so
All right,
how about this?
look.
I tend to try and target people who are victims of domestic abuse or rape or all that stuff. Fetid liked to take the rich that were like abusing the poor because he found that he could oftentimes take lots of stuff from their like houses and things. Shatter just anyone that was like a big threat. He wanted to just like shatter everybody that was a threat. He wanted to prove how strong he was. And like I guess I don't know, Malin never really figured his shit out. And then and then and then final, God, this fucking asshole, he always made me do different shit to everyone else. Like I'd go and make false identities and I'd lay groundwork and I'd make sure that they were able to sneak into any town as whoever they wanted to be, but not final. This asshole, I'd have to find someone who was like, no one would miss them, and like they were part of the people that had been in the town, whether they were like adventurers there or like people who were townsfolk. Like it was, I don't know why I had to do different work for him. He's a dickhead. I wish you would kill him. Clearly,
Okay,
like
I
losing
think-
herself at this point.
Yeah, the amount of useful information we're going to get is diminishing by the second.
Yes and no. She's actually, if anything, more willing to give certain secrets at this point or approach certain topics, but that's up to you to figure out. So
So
Oh.
our blood in a name.
yes, that's definitely final. You just it could be like chicken blood or whatever the fuck you want, but you just put a couple coins in, whatever you think the person's life is worth, and you just fucking put their name on top, and the motherfucker, the whispers bring it to him, and I don't know. He makes them not breathe.
Yeah, look, Kara, I agree with your idea. I think it's good. I think if anything, you should use it on me because, if we're sticking with theme, I don't need to breathe. So,
It's not.
Uh,
It's not. It's not like. You know,
I get it.
it's about the
Split
message.
roads.
It's sending a
Yeah.
message. He'll make you not breathe. It might be by fucking cutting your throat. It might be by like eating your lungs with like death key. I don't fucking. All I know is always bodies always die not able to breathe.
Right. All
Don't
I'm
have
saying
lungs,
is
right?
I probably have a better chance on the.
It's more
Confidence in the hex's abilities
Right.
as a whole is just.
you're his biggest hating cheerleader. We know, but
I just know what
How-
everyone's capable of.
how
I
do
had
we
to.
use their poem against them?
Fucking don't. I wouldn't put yourself in harm's way, because then he knows you're a target.
Problem is, we have to, according to the rules of the game that we're playing
No,
with
you
your father.
don't. Just use my fucking guide.
What guide?
The one that I've been building out to make sure I can help you all.
Where do we find this guy?
It's
Can you-
this one. And she like reaches into
Can
her
you-
robes and then slaps a piece of paper on the table. And at this point, if you look up in the message board, the kind of chart, the table that I had sent you all last session, or last Icewind
Oh,
Dale
yes,
session. I
right.
should say. So at this point, as a DM, I would recommend one of you take and open this in something like a Microsoft Paint or whatever, somewhere that you can fill these squares in with either a symbol or a color, just something that would tell you some sort of, information. Serena lays this in front of you, and as much as she's wasted, she is still very adept at this sort of skill of what she's talking about here.
This is how we would figure out relationships so that we would know who we could, if we took someone over, you needed to know, like, who they knew and what they knew, and you're going to figure. I've tried. I have my version, and you're going to figure out which one you think it is. Because these are the people that I know. It's got to be one of them. I know him. It's got to be one of them.
She's like sliding this across to you guys at this point.
So what should you take anytime people are in like an adventuring party, you mark it with like an A or whatever. And then if they know someone outside of that, you mark it with like a B or whatever, or a color. However you want to do it, it's up to you. And that way you can cross-reference, and you'll know when people like might know just from like recent stuff, like if they just joined up as adventurers together, or you'll know if they have like past history and stuff. And then you'll know like who can vouch for who. And you'll know who's lying and who's not.
I like it. It's great.
They all frequent the bar. I've been doing my due diligence, and like I'm pretty sure, like I said, I know how Final works, and he likes to pretend to be people. He wants to have a good cover. So he's gonna be one of these guys. You just gotta like search the town or wait at the bar or something. But if you wait at the bar all day just chatting with people, that's suspicious. So you gotta be careful.
I noticed that the bard's name is not here. Is he
Uh,
clear?
the bard would be clear. Yep, that'd be correct.
Okay, good to know.
All right, I'm gonna let you guys think about this for a second. I need to stand up
Yeah.
and give the dogs their bones because I just realized what time it is. So, chat, do whatever. If you have questions when I come back, of course, feel free. But yeah, give me 1 second.
All right, let me take a
Okay.
piss.
See, this would be so much easier if we had some way of reading thoughts.
I mean, what's to say that someone doesn't?
Or maybe Ravenous does. That
Yeah.
seems kind of like in their toolkit. Seems like something he would be able to do. Unfortunately, he's not here to represent himself.
At the moment, yeah.
My thought process currently is, what rules are we playing under? Beyond this, of course, because on one hand, we can go through this game of Clue. Alternatively, of course, we can summon the thing with the ritual, but that would be a bit reckless. We do need to kill him regardless, or at least put him back in his mask, because otherwise we cannot deal with the hex directly as per the rules of the game. Now, if I was a psychopathic maniac obsessed with suffocation, would my name be Geef?
I mean, I'm already leaning towards Old Man Gav because it's always the old guy. But we have to study and figure this shit out. We don't really know at the moment.
This is just so strange. I mean, not even the Clue game. The Clue game is reasonable enough. It's just the nature of the hex, and I don't even feel like this is something that we can ask Serena about, because it's unclear what she knows and doesn't know. The way or goal ultimately for the hex is to become A, immortal, and B, quasi god, if not godly. But based on what she described of the origin, it sounds a little out of left field. Like, why? Because, okay, parental trauma, potential abuse of various types, revenge against, I guess, the world in this case. What could becoming immortal / god adjacent possibly accomplish? What is the immortality seems like a step in the way as opposed to the ultimate goal. And I'm struggling to figure out what that might be.
That was something that Mallow tried explaining to us at one point. And it was just that he wants to control the chaos. He wants to be an arbiter of sorts. He gets to decide who dies and how.
But he's like laying down the groundwork by, putting out there all this superstition and rituals about how the hex works.
No one ever said he was sane.
Like what I mean to say is, if this is how his modus operandi is going to be, even as a deity,
Great.
isn't the choice still ultimately on the supplicant's hands?
Sure. But I think the reason why he also wants to be around forever is to make sure that it works the way it's supposed to.
So overseeing. I mean, it makes sense, I suppose.
I'm also only guessing. I could be entirely wrong.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm missing something.
Well, yeah, that's because he doesn't give everybody the full picture.
It's almost like he's Mallow.
No.
It's almost like his son is just a clone of him that he gave the ability to choose and think for itself and regrets doing.
I mean, that would make it so much simpler. I feel like it's probably a little bit more complicated than that, but he
That's
definitely
the
views
child
Mallow
he
as a sort
didn't
of
get to be.
legacy, right? As the next him.
How about this? Both of you can roll me an insight check. We'll see which one of you feels more. Well, actually, not even which one of you. We'll see how much each of you feels aligned with that.
Sure. You know that apparently since 2024, you can't really use insight as a lie detector?
Yep.
That's weird. What's the point of it?
Yeah.
Not sort of the point of
So-
it per se, but like, what? Why would you not be able to?
So the thing is, the way the new wording goes, basically insight is now a vibe check where you get to discern whether or not their conviction lies with what they're saying.
It's a
So you could
glorified
still
lie
always
detector.
pull the classic. Well, they believe what they're saying, even if it's just like a rogue that's good at lying, sort of thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
Interesting.
you get to get bodily cues, like stammering.
It took the fun out of it, is what you're saying.
Honestly, I
I'd
think
say
it's.
they introduced more fun into it.
I
to
was
be
going to say,
honest.
I actually think their intended goal there is the opposite. It's to make it so that you can potentially lie or deceive easier.
Not
or
even that.
with
Just
more
also use
regularity.
insight for a much broader spectrum than just truth or lie.
Well, I do think that was always the intended case if you actually just read what it was supposed to be used for. But yeah, I get what you're
Right.
saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know nothing about nothing in this world.
What the fuck?
Yeah, what was in the background there?
I've broken my hand.
Whose mic was that from, though?
I don't know.
I think it was late.
Blake, you okay?
Rick.
I hope he didn't break his fucking hand.
That would have been.
Could you imagine?
I mean, I don't know. If you break something, I don't think you exclaim out loud in the middle of your house.
If
I'm
you,
broken my.
I mean, I don't know. Potentially, it depends on things like your pain threshold and whether or not you've been drinking a lot.
Yeah, I guess. Also, since Ravenous is not here currently
I
to
really wish he was, man.
I know, but to give us the down low on his capabilities, is he able to detect thoughts?
I can look that up. Give me 1 second. Do I still have? I don't, but I can do this. All right.
Sorry about that.
Did you break your hand?
Me? No. Why? Oh, did you hear that?
We heard something in the background, and Chris was like, "I'm pretty sure it was I broke my hand," and we were all like, "Yeah, that's pretty much what we heard." So
No.
we were not sure.
No, Case up there making homemade pesto.
Oh.
And yeah, so she was scooping stuff around in the food processor. And she's like, my hand just moved in a weird way and it hurts real bad. And I was like, did you break your hand? That's really fun. And I thought in my head, I was like, I said that loud. I was like, I don't know if I muted my mic down there.
You definitely did not, and it made it way better.
No, but Friday I did accidentally punch a piece of plastic and took my finger down to the bone and a good, I don't know,
My
half inch
dude.
square.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think it was bad till I pulled it up to super glue it, and I was like, "Oh, that's my knuckle."
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
That's always one of those moments of just like, huh? Why does this not hurt more?
Yeah,
'Cause I think the
it was
closest
fine.
I came to that was at one point I punched so I was out in Utah working on my grandfather's ranch. We're fixing a fence, barbed wire fence, and I'm just taking this wrench on a bolt, just around. All of a sudden, there's pain in my left hand. I look down. I have punched the barbed wire that is like on the fence. I look at my knuckles. There's a hole that I can literally see in, and I can see my veins, and I can see my bones, and I'm like, well, I guess it's good I didn't catch any of those. Continue to just do the bolt, you know? Like,
I must have hit the nerve.
dude, I missed it. It didn't even hurt that much. The only reason I
That's
realized
what
it
I'm
is
saying. You killed the nerve.
no, literally, like I'm using two hands on this thing to tighten the bolt down, and as I pushed my hand forward, the only reason I realized what had happened is I went to like take my hands away from the wrench, and one of them had resistance, and I was like, why did? Oh, I just pulled that off of a barb. That shit's fucking crazy sometimes.
Yep.
Your body just was like, yeah, no, we know it hurts, but regardless, to answer your question, Claw, yes, he does have detect thoughts.
Okay, see, that is going to make things a lot simpler.
It definitely will help, yeah. Or should. I will tell you, though, I'm not going to necessarily cast that without him here, but, we also, if he doesn't show up in the next hour or whatever, we're going to just call it anyway, and you'll do that with him next time.
I do have other questions, because now I'm curious of how much of me affects you.
It's okay.
Do you ever change size?
No. I mean, yeah. Like, inflates her tits, reduces her tits, puts them back to normal. I can change size, yeah. Like, strokes Leif's jaw. She's gonna start losing control.
Not what I meant, but sort of is. Okay. When you reset, what actually happens?
I don't... What do you mean? I'm a changeling. I know my body, and Dad made me know it way, way more. And I can tell you that ever since you gave me back everything, I know what's where. I can tell. It feels way different than literally like my whole life. And I was definitely with child. I made sure I was with child, and then I woke up, and everything was like the moment after I fucking ate your ear. It just felt like just like that, and no more kid. And I cried. I cried a lot. I didn't go to work that day. It was really I cursed you a little, but it's not. I can't because. You gave me ability, so even if you took it away, it's I could still try again. That's thanks to you. So like, she's just starting to really fall apart. At this point, you realize she's down basically 2 whole bottles by herself, since Leif was really not taking it from her at any point. You didn't say it, buddy.
Of course he didn't. He's drinking with her.
Yeah, exactly. It's just another bottle in his hand. Yeah, exactly.
So I wonder if that means your magical source is now my god instead of your father.
I don't use magic. I don't want to connect to that again.
No, you're not going to. You wouldn't.
I don't know. Why risk it?
Yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I could make this place a lot safer, but it's good enough.
So, my question here is more open-ended. How do we do this whole interrogation thing? It's not like we can just ask someone like how much they know about someone else.
No, you don't have to do that. You're adventurers. You're new in town. You ask people who they are, what they're doing here, and who they're with, and like if they know anyone in town, and if anyone in town they know could give you a job, just fucking fake it like you're newbies or some shit. Remember back to the old days. I don't know.
When I first landed here, I had amnesia.
It doesn't. Hey, you all are fucking stupid. It was really easy to do. I already have the whole thing filled out. I just need to make sure, and I want you to check my work.
I was never very good at not copying from other people.
So to clarify in that instance, by the way, Serena has done her homework. You sent her here.
Right.
She's done her job. Not only gotten you this house, but there is a reason she does believe it is one of these 14, but she's literally looking for you guys to solve this so that she can potentially see if she's right.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So there is some level of, even if you think, like, even if you do this and something ends up semi-wrong, there's a level by which you might have some sort of check, but that also depends on how wrong and all that, so we'll see, but
of course.
Just, I want you to know. So.
Okay, let's do the old gumshoe thing. People put gum on their
Put
shoes.
on-
But
Problem is, I don't know when and where they're gonna be. I don't know if they're gonna be in town or at the bar, or I don't know if they're on adventures.
hold on. This is the more like, bigger, well-supplied town, isn't it?
This is the biggest town.
Yeah, it's the biggest town in the 10 towns. What do you mean?
Oh shit. Okay. Um, so I assume we're going to go to her bar tomorrow morning. It's
You
where
guys,
people
we
are
don't
gathering.
make breakfast. Well, I guess I could make you. I could get you. I could get you breakfast.
It's okay. We can deal with the people there. I assume because at this point I kind of know how you work. It looks like Kara. You don't want to bring them to a separate room one by one and use Sword of Truth on them.
As effective as that might be, I don't think it would do us any favors if we just started randomly taking the 12 individuals and strong arm them into a room and go, "Are you with the Hex?"
Right. So
Because they could just not
here's
say anything.
an alternative suggestion, since I've witnessed now the effects of its power. What if I spend a reasonable amount of gold and we get everybody plastered?
I mean, you can. That's what
like
I
it.
was saying, though. You could do it with everyone that's in the bar, but I can't guarantee that these people are gonna be in the bar. They're all like adventurers, so I should explain that I've been paying lots of attention, and I know my brother, and I know that he will take over someone who he can blend in, but they have enough of not a past or disassociation, and these 14 all fit, and they might know each other and stuff, but he could be any one of them. So you gotta just get contact with all of them, but they're adventurers. They're on adventures and stuff, so just 'cause you get one night bar drunk doesn't mean all night bar drunk them all.
Okay. Then this probably helps. We can go around town and ask about people. That's fine. This
I
also
wouldn't
gives me...
ask about people. Don't ask. I can describe them all, and you go find them and you talk to them normal style, like normal people. You guys are not normal people. You gotta be normal
I don't know how to
people.
talk to normal people.
You fucking talk. Then don't be unnormal.
I haven't met normal people in like so long.
At this point, she just like stares at Mace for a couple seconds, drunkenly turns her head to Kara. Just talk to normal people like normal. Gives up on you, Mace.
Either way, I do need to make a few purchases if I can, or at least commission things during the day.
And I think she's
So-
about the end of her usefulness. And Kara will just, loop an arm over her and just start dragging her towards the stairs.
As you try and loop an arm over her, she just looks at you. You do want babies with me.
Flexibly karate chop.
Nope, but you're drunker than shit.
Yeah, 'cause I gotta talk about Dad. Which means that if there's anything you want to know, now's the time. 'Cause I ain't doing this again. I mean, I will if I have to. I just don't. I don't. It sucks to think about.
Yeah, well, he's sucked at a lot of things.
Yeah, and sorta. He made us all really strong.
At the cost of being a terrible parent and reducing you to effective pawns as opposed to individual people.
No.
Don't waste your time.
No.
It's never gonna get through to her.
Not pawns.
You don't really choose who you idolize.
Legends. Myths. Deities. I was the Hex of the Stalking Death. And I punished the men that deserved it. The girls, I brought the most women whispers into the Hex. Because they understood that I was there to help them. Honestly, I guess at this point, just because I do have them all, she like stares at you, Kara. So you want to know how I did it?
What, how you killed people?
Hey, the whole thing. I'll say I could tell you for all the siblings how it worked.
Yeah. Let's hear that.
I would get my my names, my poem. If this hex you wish to cast, branches burned, dew set in ash, a star six-pointed, a coin purse opened, a scrap inside, a new cause noted. Should you call this deadly curse, the hex of stalking death will do its worst. And I would string them up like fucking animals, like the animals they were, and bleed 'em from the fucking neck. It was glorious. It's like just like grins, remembering her violence. which others do you want to know?
Well, we have the final breaths. We've ended the shattered frame.
You stupid shattered, stupid shattered.
We've ended the postulant, or whatever the necromancer son of a bitch, whose name I can't remember.
Yeah, you'd have to stuff a rat corpse for him. You want to know his?
Fetid Curse, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't need to know what his little thing was, because he's dead. We don't need to draw him out.
Yeah, but he's stupid. I had to spread it.
Yeah, that does suck. I think the one we just want to focus on for the time being is the final breath, and I do believe I've killed him once already. I just didn't end him.
I'm not sure how. Final's been really dodgy. I don't. He never
Oh, it's 'cause-
explains. He always says what he could do, but never what he can do, and I don't get it.
Speaking of
I think it's
having
being
killed
put
him
into too
before,
many bodies is the problem.
No, he's always.
Considering the past, do we think that, that Chance might be able to consume their souls by eating their masks?
I don't know, Chance, do you want to consume their souls by eating their mask, or would you prefer not to take on the soul of a murder hobo?
I mean, so I guess. Give me one sec.
flip a coin internally. Just
No, not that. I'm just trying to pull up his character portrait for the human Chance. So I guess at that point, being directly addressed, he would, transform himself. As he does so, Serena, suddenly, is taken aback. She, it's one of those things she would have, fallen back out of her chair normally, but realistically, she just, slams the back of her head into Leif's armor, and then quickly reaches a hand up to rub the bump that is very quickly forming. She blinks her eyes a couple times, very surprised at this, sudden person there.
Meanwhile, he's going,
I don't
"Oh, no!"
know. So, I don't think that I could eat those. Well, do you want me to eat cursed items?
No,
I
not really.
don't necessarily want you to do any of the above. I'm just saying, do you have the power to,
I
bring finality to them?
yeah. Well, yeah. Finality, yeah. I mean, Marino showed me how to break them.
That's
Did it-
more than enough.
Give
I
you
don't really
some
wanna-
sort of ingestion?
I don't want to eat them. I'm not sure if I could. I could always try, but I feel like that's just gonna lead to bad outcomes. And then just immediately looks over at Leif. The number of curses that man has had.
Oh, well,
I mean,
yeah. Honestly,
it's fine.
he's been cursed, probed, burned, knocked out, frozen.
Had his intelligence sucked off by a slug.
Oh, yeah.
That was one thing I did
What a
forget about the
treat.
last session. Leif turned his slug in, I believe, and then we came to find out there's just this small bald spot on the top of his head where the slug has been sucking out his intelligence the entire time or whatever. Canon or not, I don't care. It was a fun joke.
Not arguing.
Serena points it out. He's like, don't worry, it'll grow back.
She wouldn't care. Regardless, she's still there for questions, I guess, if anyone has any.
Okay, we have a viable weapon. We have a method in which to find him.
Hey, if that's the case, and you can break him or whatever the strange blonde pretty boy is saying, can you, potentially break mine? I don't think it actually matters now. I'm pretty sure you broke my connection to Dad, but, just for, the symbolism of it, if you,
Did
happen
Mallow
across
give
it.
it back to you? Because he had the mask.
Nah, Dad has the mask. You didn't... God, man, Mallow... I guess Mallow, pays a lot of attention to Dad. Do you guys not remember the last time you were in Bryn Shander?
No, not really.
I feel like you, if anybody, should. Apparently you got fucking wrapped up by, like, fetid or something? Bondage style?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, you drank to forget, I guess. Either way, yeah, Mallow filled me in on what happened and how Dad got the mask from him, but also, you know, put Mallow in his mask. And also, like, did you guys ever realize that Dad was, like, targeting him? Because, like, clearly he was to, like, get his memories. Because, like, again, talking about that earlier shit, it's not like Dad can do it to anybody. It has to be, like, one of us, you know, bonded to him or whatever. You know, Mallow and I figured it out. We posited.
All I remember about that particular day was being a rabid dog in a chain screaming, "Get the big one."
Wouldn't have mattered. You guys, I mean, maybe, like, if you really try, you could take out Dad, but, like,
Oh, sorry, no, I meant
considering.
the other one because he was very, very, very attached to his children, and I knew hurting them would hurt him.
It's not necessarily that, like, it would have hurt Dad. He probably would have just taken Fetid's mask and, like, run away with it, but he would have definitely wanted to make sure to leave with Fetid's mask if you did manage to kill him. So definitely a good call one way or another, but yeah, he cares in his own way, I guess.
He can't have his legend die, and if the part of it goes,
Nah, he just wants it to, like, I guess, be as big as it can be. Mallow, I think, was the only one he ever cared about in terms of, like, actually succeeding him, because, like, everyone else had death powers, but Mallow has death key. Or something? I don't know. Mallow explained it better than me.
Some of it makes sense. Some of it is a little beyond my understanding. But
Welcome to the club, buddy.
yeah, well, thanks. Anyway, what's the order of operations for tomorrow morning? Where do we start? Do we separate? I don't think we want to be separated.
I mean,
I'd say
it's up to you
get
guys.
ready.
I would say
Uh,
separated is fine on short term. She, like, completely just overrides you, Kara. Normally I would have let you go, but drunk
Yep.
Serena. She completely overrides you. I mean, normally I wouldn't say separated, but, like, you're new to the town, so he definitely hasn't picked up on you yet. But, like, the longer you're here, the better probably to watch each other's back.
I'd say check with the armory vendors. The dwarves in here know people by their weapons. They'll recognize when someone's got something they shouldn't have.
Hey, you all do you. If you don't want any more answers about the family or whatever, and I mean, I guess you can always ask me later, but, like, I'm definitely not gonna be as open. It'll be harder to, like, want to slip back into that, you know? But I'm gonna go to bed. It's like 5
I mean,
a.m.
I've asked all the
Yeah.
questions I can think of about that, so
Yeah, I think
I know
we're
Fred would have
looking
more
for.
questions that
Yeah.
he'd be able to ask,
Some
but
of this,
I've asked.
some of this he knows, just not in as much detail. But yeah,
Yeah,
I'll let him also kind of ask me stuff in between if he wants. So we'll see, and I'll answer it for next session, so you all know.
So the last thing I would ask is there anything about the habits of one of your siblings we could use against them?
I wouldn't say it's a habit, but, like, if they still work for Dad, the mask is somewhere on him. I don't know how well he'll have it, like, hid, but, like, we were explicit. We were told never to let it off our persons. Like, when I gave mine to you guys, I was, like, my heart was fucking beating out of my chest, 'cause it's like a fucking cardinal sin, you know?
I look at Mace, take his mask off, and break his face.
in that order.
Yep, in that order.
Okay, because I figured we could get maybe a 2-for-1 the other way around, but
No, because if we play keep away with the mask, it might drive him a little batty and off edge. Get a couple of free shots in before
Oh,
Chance
wait,
smashes
hold
him.
on. You guys don't have my mask anymore.
Nope.
You can't break his mask. I mean, I guess you can, but, like, that's gonna be a lot harder.
Why?
Because then you'll have to go through the cottages.
Why would
That's
having
had
a
to go to the cottages. He
would we
didn't.
be able to track him from a mask?
No, that's he didn't. He didn't have his mask anymore. That's why he had to go back to a cottage. And if you don't have a mask, you'll have to go to a cottage.
Why do we need a mask?
Because if you use the mask, you can just go straight to Dad's place, the Hex realm. But you can't do that without the mask unless you go to a cottage.
Okay, so two ways of getting to the Hex realm: a mask and some cottage.
There's a lot of them. He's got them set up as like a teleport network all around the whole coast. That's how we all got here so fast.
Is there one in the
Didn't you ever
town?
question that? No.
Yes, but Mallow really couldn't answer that question. He was always
It's
vague and never went to the point.
south of the spine, but like close enough that you can get here within a 10-day. It took me like 2 or 3, but I'm really good at traveling.
Would you say there's one within... Looking at my sheet... Where is it? Would you say there's a portal or a cottage within a mile of here?
not not one related to us. No, it's way further out than that, but it's not so far that you gotta like take months to get there or nothing, you know? Like I said, I warped to the cottage from my room, and then from there it took me like 3 days to get to Bryn Shander, and then I started tracking you guys down. I mean, Dad called me before he even left the Icewind Dale, 'cause he could use, messages sendings and stuff.
If we can find that if we get close to that portal, I can walk us right to it.
It's not like that. You gotta go and do the thing to open it. It's not always a portal. It's not always a portal.
Alright, so we need to beat her brother half to death, take his mask.
All I'm saying is, if you cannot break the mask, I can show you how to use it. August, 1 second. I actually need more than a second here. I'm just going to close this out by telling you her information is essentially going to be that, Jesus, they're losing my minds. My mother just came back from a couple days away. So, God damn. So essentially she was trying to tell you, the cottage
The mask is a key.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's so, I hate saying it this way because I really don't like leaving Blake in the dark per se, so explain this to him when I stand up here. It's the timepiece. You know how, like, a location, you can warp to a location? The mask is kind of more like built from the stone of the Hex's realm sort of thing. So if you use the mask has a teleport function. She'll explain to you the functions of the mask when I sit back down. It has several functions. One of them is a teleport function. So you can use it the same way as the timepiece, where you could literally warp back to its place of origin, which would put you directly in that kind of zone. Or you can go to one of these cottage locations, which has a built-in teleporter that can warp you to any of the other cottages or into that same hex zone, as I'll just keep referring to it as. Yeah, let me stand up on that, and if you have questions, I will answer them when I sit back down. Just give me a minute.
So we need a cottage. Teleportation, call it cottage. Pretty easy. Easy day.
But we still gotta find one first, so...
What now then?
Oh, I'm pretty sure we're gonna send the characters to sleep, and we'll either start the next day or end it here, because we don't have, Fred here.
Yeah. It's probably also a good idea because he's not gonna want to miss this. But on the right side, I do get to buy a few things because I do need to buy a few things. Now that we're in a more, I guess, diverse inventory town,
Mhm.
I want to buy a diamond for Revivify.
Makes sense.
Do we have anything else that anyone wants to get? Because I don't think that those type of things are things that you guys need.
I don't know offhand.
Right.
Okay, sorry for the delay. Still got all you?
Yep.
All right. So, any discussions that involved something I need to answer?
Not really, I don't think. We're kind of trying to figure out how it was going to go down.
In regards to...
Also, in regards of just order of operations, but also in regards of Fred.
Oh, yeah, definitely need to catch up with Fred.
Because I don't know how much we want him to miss.
Well, and that's a good point, and I don't think I'm going to have you guys transition into tomorrow, quote unquote. The next session will literally start, in the morning, I think is the best way to do it. and you'll have your long rest. I don't think you guys really lost much of anything. So I guess
That's fine.
realistically, we have 20 or so minutes till our normal end time. We can end here if you guys want. But
Well, I
at
know
this
that we're
point, I
not
think
transitioning into the day after, but I wanted to know if it was possible. Well, I mean, we could obviously just do it, like hand wave it next session. But Maze does want to buy or commission or whatever. Two things in town.
no, no,
One of
no,
them
no. Save
being
it. Save it. Make sure you have it noted.
got it.
Here's why.
Got it.
Yeah, that is definitely not going to be a hand wave because there is just as much potential for you to run into one or two of these people on your list, or 10 or however
Fair
many,
enough.
anywhere in
Oh,
town. You know what I mean?
Like I said,
Yeah. So definitely when we approach the morning, whatever you're looking to do, like if you guys want to split, if you want to like track these people or go do your own thing, like essentially this whole kind of segment here is going to come down to it will take however much time it takes for you to find everyone. And if you dedicate to tracking them down, like you were saying at that one point, then very much it will happen kind of quick. But if you want to just spend a couple days doing party stuff, like you could
I
forget
mean, you
that for
can
now.
kind of go hand in hand. So
Yeah, I think the only thing that I would clarify is I did mention, and it definitely should make sense, that the longer you're in town, the higher the potential that you will be found out. But that all still
Well,
depends
yeah.
on if you guys are, operating separately. That'll make things harder to track down that you're a group that's the right size, or
right.
things that you say around civilians or in places that are more quote unquote public, or things like that. All that is what I'm going to try and factor into essentially what ends up being a kind of cross graph of like when you're discovered versus you discovering him, and that ultimately depends on your own actions. Is my goal. So
I guess the only thing then that I want to do, like during the I guess duration of this session, is to tell Leif that if there ever comes a point where you may be in the position of potentially losing the snowflake, the spark of divinity that you're currently carrying, swallow it or destroy it.
Serena's like too far gone to really understand the like implications of what you're saying, and she just like looks up at Lave
Yeah.
like, "Ooh,
you're
hubby's
carrying
a
it as
god, but I always thought
yeah.
you were godly." Like way far gone.
Because
and if you don't think you can protect it, give it to someone you think can.
yes, because that's
Oh,
a new
God.
peril now. Because on one hand, they're looking for Kara for her attributes. I mean, as are many people out there.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So, actually, I guess if you're saying this in character, Serena would still probably have enough wherewithal to be like, I mean, if I'm understanding right, then yeah, you're right. But like, also, if Dad wins the deal, I think technically he also is good. So like, I don't know that that is the only thing that matters.
he's got multiple plans of attack, multiple ways to win.
I
Way
don't
to
think he
block
thought that any of you had a divine spark per se, but you do you.
and that's even worse.
What if we put it inside me?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Either swallow it or destroy it.
They've just like drops Trow. We're gonna put it in the prison bucket.
It's
He
gonna
just
take
starts
a couple
just starts
hours.
like cutting his chest open.
Oh God!
Just put it in, stitch it back.
I'll freeze over it. We'll be fine.
I
No.
Exactly. Oh my God. Terrifying.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't consider it.
Right. Just saying.
And but yeah, like that cannot fall into the enemy's hands, because otherwise,
Honestly, I'd say break it before it gets taken.
see, I don't think Lev is going to dispense with the one memento he has of
I don't know.
Fortunia.
I don't know if you know Leif like that.
Also, I don't know that you're looking at the item while saying that.
No, I know what I'm saying. It would restart the problem we already solved, but we did it once.
Okay. As long as
Yeah.
you're fine with that outcome.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if like it came to the point where
Look,
like
I'd rather fight Oral a second time than Frost God empowered Hex.
yeah. If it came to it, I would just yell at Chance and throw it as hard as I could at him.
Okay. I think that's probably the only way that would work. So yeah.
Yeah.
This is where Chance becomes the god of the forge.
Just
This
and
is
the
where you
hammer
recognize that
freezes
I
over.
tried really hard to interlock your fucking background story / future stories with each other.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And now I'm definitely gonna be oathbound to fucking Godfather his child.
Nice.
Either that or be cursed by the Ghost of Fortuna. Bad
See,
luck
the thing
forever.
is,
It's like breaking
as
a
long
million mirrors.
as there's that, but also as long as Sylvie fucking Serena has a piece of Kara in her, if something happens to her, I am oathbound to protect her and or avenge her. So
That's an interesting way to look at it. I think it ultimately comes down to your decision. So yeah, feel free.
Right.
Serena is still technically her own person. She's just intrinsically linked
yeah,
to
the
Kara in a
problem
way.
is that the link between them is just a little too present for me to ignore it.
Interesting. I think that's very interesting on the perspective of Mace. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be a thing, one thing if like, okay, yeah, she has some like healing or regeneration, or she managed to get the one-off effect out of it. That's fine.
No, it's the fact that she resets on Kara essentially,
Yes.
just like the rest of you. Oh man.
It's also just it's this whole game with the hex because like I believe, if memory serves, that the only pieces that we've lost on this side are Leif and Plusak, maybe?
Um. So Pluzak definitely was one because I believe Serena took him out. Um. I don't think Leif was actually lost to one of the
He went to
Hex.
the underworld. What do you mean?
Yeah, that was not then. That's actually an interesting thing that you bring that up. Um, so technically, just so
When
you
life went
guys,
down, he did that outside of the realm of the game. So
not only
Oh, did that
that,
not count because we were out of bounds? Is that it?
yeah. So the getting taken out in that regard only refers to if a hex takes out one of you. So the thing is, Ravenous technically,
Um,
as much as he's a player, he already has the strike of Pluzak. That Pluzak when Pluzak got defeated by
right,
Serena.
right, right. Yeah.
Um, so technically Ravenous doesn't have to be targeted the way that the rest of you do. Leif
Oh,
went
getting
down
off scot-free.
to the first time Leif died was actually was it to the Lich or was it to Auril? Leif
Whoever was
has died
oral.
twice. I believe he died to Auril the first time, and that actually goes to just a point for you guys to kind of keep in mind. That is the first time a non-Kara character died and was brought back. So Mallow is not aware of that aspect of Kara's powers. Um,
That is true.
so that is a good thing for you guys, to some degree. So you kind of got that going for you. Ellie, hey sweetie, you okay? Why are you scratching the ground?
Just feeling very stressed right now.
No, I
Kara's
think her
just
sister,
sitting
my
there
my mother
thinking
came
about
and took
going
her sister
upstairs.
away, so she's kind of like restless. Sorry, what was that, Chris?
Just sitting there thinking, like, I can sleep on my back for once.
Oh yeah, about that. I got like beds set up upstairs. It's an old outpost, soldier outpost. There were bunk beds, and like I cut them so that it's just single beds. 'Cause like I tried really hard. If you notice, like, and immediately as she says that, Kara, something in the back of your mind like kind of connects, and you realize that it's dead of night at this point, but between all the lanterns in the house, and you do see that she has like these little burners. And I didn't mention it before. I totally forgot to. I'll be honest. But essentially, she would have walked around the house very rapidly after like lighting the fireplace and lit all of these lanterns and things. There's basically no like dark shadow here.
No
Like
shadows.
if
Yeah,
Mallow
okay.
was in this room, he would not be able to shadow step. And very much so, she kind of like runs upstairs and does the same thing with a whole bunch of the burners upstairs and things. So she's just like, yeah, I made sure to cut the bunk beds so that you didn't have to worry about like shadows, and I put all the beds to the floor, so like no matter what, we cannot be kind of like ambushed by the hex or anything like that. So sleep safe.
Looks at her. You done good, child. You done good.
It's funny how, like, he bred the paranoia in me that would literally make me do this, but hey, I'm gonna just roll with it. I'm also gonna roll with Leif. But I promise you we will try to be quiet.
Slept through worst.
I don't know that you
I
have.
have not. I actually need that to not be.
Honestly, saying that at the point, I think Serena just, like, stands up off of Leif's lap, grabs his hand, and is just gonna start, like, dragging his ass upstairs to the little separate room here, where she's just going to close the door, lock it, and leave the two of them to their devices.
Bump.
Oh, there's
Oh.
devices too. Hell yeah.
Hey, man, you know, it's Serena. Whatever you need. That's a great way to fucking come back at that, though.
I'm so glad I'm deaf.
Exactly. I can feel the vibrations. No. The dragon dagger. Oh dear, they're
Oh my
breeding. No,
Oh,
but legit.
there's more of them.
So I guess here's what I'm gonna say. We're definitely gonna end it here. If there's anything that you guys, I think I'm not gonna have us necessarily do the long rest, only in the extent of when we come back next session. I do want to have the opportunity for Fred to kind of like say stuff or do stuff, and
Right,
I also
yeah.
think realistically, it's kind of like 1 or 2 a.m. I'm not going to give you guys exhaustion or anything. We're just going to do a full
Yeah.
long rest from this point. You'll come into the day, whatever time you come into the day. You're safe, you're secure. So if you guys want to maybe in between sessions think of things that you want to talk about with each other, like you said, we were talking earlier, Mace, about the whole Einherjar thing, and you wanted to talk to Ravenous about some of his past and all that, or what happened while he was gone. I'm going to give you guys that opportunity when we come in on the next session. So like the long rest has not happened, but it will happen safely. So
Right.
you can give it to yourself if you're lost stuff or whatever. Like you can supplant that back. But I'm also going to give you the time of the long rest so that we can kind of maybe address some of those topics when we actually hopefully have everyone next time. So
Yeah, it seems like a good idea.
great fucking session though. I finally got to do a lot of
enjoyed it.
that exposition dump.
No, I mean it was good. It was good.
And also, if you
It was
guys
a
have
bit
more questions for
difficult
Serena,
because,
yeah, she was getting there, and that's what I was about to say. If you have more questions for Serena, it's not like she is a hostile character at this point.
No,
I think
no.
it's pretty clear the trauma that she has, but it's not like she's not willing to discuss these things. So if there is more clarification you're looking for, if there are questions that you feel like you forgot to ask or you had arise
No,
because of
just-
tonight, all of that is still completely on the table. She is just as much an NPC going forward for this whole session, the whole situation.
See, I think
so
my
Just need a couple
my
hundred to
aversion
hit
only
level
comes
13 is
from
all.
not really grasping what she does and doesn't know.
well, and I mean that might just come down to if there's stuff that you feel like you want to clarify more or whatever, definitely ask her in the morning when she's a little more hungover and a little less drunk. So.
I'm not messing with a hangover, Serena. I'm sorry.
Well, hey, that's not up to you in terms of her mood. That's up to Leif.
That's true.
In for a penny, in for a pounding.
Exactly. Oh, man. He may be half orc, but he's full power.
Fortuna would be proud.
Oh, God. Finally,
would be sighing.
he's seeking what his heart desires. F, 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 F. Oh, God. That's fucking funny. All right. But yeah, no, seriously. Like, it is all readdressable at some point. And I definitely push that limit on the drunk side of Serena, but I do want to express that this is an attempt to show that, this stuff does matter to her. It takes a heavy toll sort of thing, right? So, oh, man. Very fun. Very, very fun. I cannot wait. I actually expected you guys to potentially start filling in that chart today, but I actually like it way more than you
I
didn't.
know.
Why would we go ahead on something that needs input from the whole group?
Well, not even that. It was more just like, realistically, the amount of RP and questions that I answered kind of came down to the amount that you guys really asked, directed Serena to
Right,
answer.
yeah.
So I wasn't sure how much of the session would truly come down to it. I was totally ready for this to be 2 sessions of questions, and it might be by nature of in the morning, right? But at the
Right.
same time, I wasn't sure if maybe you guys also were to like. That's kind of why I was trying to leave those opportunities in the bar, where if you guys wanted to like interject in what was happening with the barmaid, then maybe that would have given opportunity to talk to some of those people and open up some of that discussion. Then, you know what I mean? And even though you didn't have the chart per se at that point, you might have started to learn things. So it was just more a matter of how did the group want to approach this stuff. So I really wasn't sure how it was going to go in terms of
Yeah.
what you chose to interact with. So, and how much time we spent on what,
Yeah, see, for me, it's at that point in time, at least, we were like still keeping it on the down low, so I didn't want to draw unwanted attention.
Totally. Absolutely. And again, I do think that your group has done a very good job of really like positioning yourself to just be another set of adventurers in the city right now. So
Yeah,
doing
Mace
good
has
so far.
just learned of the horrible existence that is flesh. So he still is not getting used to the
Yeah.
weird cushions.
I
he
do like
feels
that
when he
Kara has
sits.
like switched back and forth a couple times. Mace is like, my thing is off, I am glad. It's just like
Yeah,
wearing a bad
see,
suit.
like I don't have right here. Good. I'm not wearing that suit anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I made the comparison before, but like he thinks that this is how it feels when, like for snowmen in the middle of the snow.
It's so great. It's so great.
It's like these
like-
people just get plastered, fuck around, and just bleed all over the place.
And
for him,
the way they
first-
feel things, ugh, just like
Yeah.
shivers, you know.
The first time the party could relax as people like in a town, and Mace is just like, this is the most unrelaxed he's
Yeah,
ever
exactly.
Yeah.
That's so true. That's so fair. That's
Well,
really.
because version of relaxing is walking into a town and going, "Where's the threat? Fucking kill it! All right,
Yeah.
carry on."
Or even just walking into town and being like, oh, they don't know us, yay!
Yeah, little
mean,
breathing room.
Between like saving people from the fucking Chardelin dragon and all the adventures you've been on so far and like all that, so oh man, it's been fucking great. It's really been
to
it's been
workshop
so
a
much
new
fun
game.
too to see how this has really developed, because I've been sitting on this scenario, right, of I feel like in general you guys gave me enough time with this hex to truly develop it to be the sort of kind of like multi session, the multi-session sort of scenario that I felt like all the hex probably should have been. But as much as I had ideas for the other ones, I didn't necessarily have as much time to think about, developing it in a way that could have been more involved, is probably the better term. This is the one. I mean, look at the logic puzzle. There's fucking 14 characters, 15, whatever, that I'm sitting on.
Yeah.
14 that I'm sitting on that it could be, and I have stats for all of those characters, and there's a reason I have stats for all those characters and races and levels and all that shit. Like, I had a lot of time because you guys were in the caves and Yithrin for long enough, This hopefully will feel, and hopefully it's already starting to feel like, that kind of in-depth sort of development that the Hex always should have been, where, like, as much as Mallow might not have been able to answer these questions, the lore and the interactions and the depth of what's going on there is very much real to this world,
Yeah, no, it definitely felt that way. And
I still want to have a moment where I'm fighting the dude and I fucking blind him and he's like, "Oh, my rage just blinded me."
Which guy?
Yes, all of the above. There's no.
I mean, I think
there's
at this point you maybe have like a shot at that. Actually, that's not fair. You have multiple. You have multiple. Looking back, you have multiple. It's gonna be very interesting to see how you deal with this problem, like from multiple
Absolutely.
angles. You have to figure out who it is. Even once you do, this hex has definitely got some very unique stuff going on. I think Claw is the only one who has some potential of understanding that statement.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. I think I get the gist of
Unless
it.
his
I'm gonna-
equipment's changed, I have
Here's
an idea of what
here's
he's
the way I'm gonna
attacking
put it for
with.
you, Claw. Consider there's 14 of these people. Hopefully that was enough for you to understand what I mean there.
I think I do.
This is going to be really fun. Now, it might never get to that point. We'll see.
Yeah.
I will tell you, as it stands
We'll
for
see.
now, he has a good cover, and he's going to lay on that one as long as he can. So, oh man, this will
Okay,
be so fun.
I've just discovered a small mosquito that I need to kill before I go to bed.
Not even
So-
that, man. It's late, and I want you all to get to bed before you have to worry too much about work tomorrow. So,
I'll be fine, thankfully. But yeah, thanks for the consideration. But it was fun, actually. And I'm very excited to see how it will develop next time.
me too,
But,
man. You
yeah.
guys are the greatest. Lots of fun RP tonight.
I honestly missed it. 2 weeks was too long.
Yeah, for you, definitely, man. We at
For
least
me,
had a
yeah.
Mysterium in between. Actually, to be fair, Blake wasn't with us for that one either. But Fred and Chris got a kind of look on the other side of the curtain with some stuff going on.
Just need
so.
a couple hundred EXP. Let me hit level 13. Pick up.
Yeah. Here's the issue. I think I told you this already. I will be barefaced again. You will hit level by beating this Hex's encounter.
I know.
I planned this whole thing out for the level that you're at, so you will gain level
Look,
after.
I'm allowed to be a pain in the ass.
Oh, absolutely. And I would tell you that, I mean, even after this hex, there's a whole bunch of stuff coming. For all we know, you might hit level fucking, 14 by the end of the campaign. We will see. That depends on
We shall
choices and how much you overcome, because, you now understand that there's this kind of potential for multiple paths in front of you, too, If you really believe that this mask needs to be broken, then that cuts off that line of transport, and you gotta go the path of this whole cottage thing, which that's going to be a whole adventure in and of itself to some degree. We'll see what happens. So,
Yeah, but it also takes a hex token off the board.
well, and that's a good point. And I mean, but if you warp and then take the hex token off the board, but at the same time, is it going to be an amenable hex? You already know this guy seems to have come back to some degree before. What's the limitation on that, right? So there's a lot of question marks that I'm hoping to put in front of you that lets you guys kind of, whether you engage and ask questions and learn enough to make you feel comfortable to choose a path, or you just go a path of least resistance, or whatever the fuck you decide. I'm hoping to at least make it feel very much like your choice, truly drove you to the end that we reach, one way or another.
I have a question to two of my party members. If you had to choose between making an enemy not move or making it so that an enemy had disadvantage in all attacks, what would you take?
Oh, I know this one. That's the stone rune versus the...
no, neither. You're incorrect.
Am I already wrong? I know that
You're
those are
already
runes,
wrong.
though. Both of those are
They're
runes.
not runes.
Both of those are
feel
runes.
like-
One of those is
feel
the
like
one
not
that's the
disadvantage.
disorient that I used on an Amon, original Amon, and then the
They
other
share,
one.
They share effects, but they.
The
are not
other
runes.
one was the. I used it. Oh fuck! I used to use that one too. That was like the last rune I unlocked.
Look,
Why can't I
I'm still
remember?
telling you the answer is they're not runes.
No, I know, but now I'm sad that I can't remember which ones are the runes that actually associate with those effects.
Cloud rune.
Is it the Cloud and Stone? No, Cloud rune is the shield one, I thought.
Nope. The shield one is the
There's-
runic shield.
No, there's also one of the runes is like the one that does it different. Runic shield lets you block the damage on a teammate. Cloud rune lets you transfer that damage to an enemy.
Stone rune was the stone would
Yeah,
eliminate
stone
the
rune was the one that I
Stone.
said, and then
Yeah.
the other one
Anyway,
is
so
fuck the
would you rather make it so an enemy cannot
Storm
move?
rune. It's the fucking storm. The storm giants is the one where you get
Yeah.
the fucking the advantage on everything. God damn it.
Would you rather make it so your enemy doesn't move, or that the enemy has disadvantage on all attacks?
Disadvantage.
It doesn't move. I would just snipe them from a distance.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't move. We can make the enemy not move with Sentinel
Also nets.
That implies that you hit him.
I mean, it's life.
and nets.
All right, so you guys are 50-50 on that. So interesting.
Fair.
I guess you gotta ask Fred.
I guess I gotta ask Fred, or just go with my gut and go with the original answer I was gonna go with anyway. But yeah, it's just, I'm curious.
Neither.
Fucking the taco girl meme. Why not both? Ask
not
Fred and
both?
then decide.
Because I'd love to get both, but there's one problem: level.
That's
gotta
what
get
I
out
mean,
here.
though. You're gonna fucking. You think you're not gonna be able to ask Fred by the time you get to that next level? You have plenty of time.
No, I mean the next level is whenever you give us the next level. But to get both of
No,
those,
no, no.
abilities,
No. Literally,
I need multiple
I'm
levels.
being upfront with you. The next level you get is when you defeat the Hex of the Final Breath. I know you guys are going to some degree, whether that's locking him in his mask and figuring out a way to do that, or breaking the mask, or whatever the fuck you decide. When you defeat him, quote unquote, whatever we decide that to be, that is when you will get your level. I have a certain number of XP prepared and everything.
That is not my statement. My statement was to get all of the abilities that I wish to have.
Oh, multiple levels?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, sorry.
I need to hit at least level 14 in fighter.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure that you guys were like very aware that you need to,
Mhm.
be ready to be next level before you do another Hex stuff. I want you
Yeah.
to be ready for it.
Yeah. Like
You deserve it.
Basically, I would need to be level 19 total to
Oh,
get
yeah.
everything I want.
Just-
Eventually, maybe epilogue style, but I don't think we'll get there for Hex
Yeah, no,
stuff.
but I can at least get part of that.
Oh yeah. Like I said, we'll see. Definitely next level
Okay,
for sure.
I
We'll see on
disappear
that front.
now. You guys
Goodbye.
have a good night.
You as well.
Did
I
you
look
kill
forward
the
to next
mosquito?
Sunday. Get back into it.
Yay. See you all later. Bye.
All right, I gotta
I
disappear
don't
too.
think
Are you
he,
sure?
Killed that
I need you to roll a couple of con rolls before you.
They're high. Trust me, they're high.
Serena is satisfied one way or another. No, I'm just kidding. We got to do that next session because, like I said, we're giving you the long rest for the next session.
Hell yeah.
Don't give me shit and I'll die again.
Why does Leif keep getting extra XP? You don't want to know.
Yeah. Serena walks out of the room. Hey, Kara. I kind of need to kill you quick.
What did you do?
Death
gonna
by
be fine.
snooze new.
It's gonna be fine.
He
was
told me
that
to
way.
sit on his face. Okay.
All right,
Just-
sit on his face versus encompass his face are two very different things.
He
I'm
died
an assassin
happy.
by trade. I'm sorry. Just like,
I mean, what's it worth?
oh god. Oh man.
Alright, well-
Very fun though, guys. Thanks for the great session. That was great. You too, Kim.
think